Time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, called Suck His Best, and he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Oh man, hello and welcome to the KVJ Show. What is going on, everybody?
Hello, how was your Father's Day, Daddy Kev?
Oh, it was so great. It was so great.
Yeah, what'd y'all do?
What an awesome weekend. Oh, we just did Father's Day stuff. We did a little golfing together, and then we went out to a meal together, and that's just it, man. You got kids, and you never know when you're going to get them together. It's just great when you can, and had a great time.
Well, you need to turn into KVJ TV because I am loving the Kevin Ralston shirt.
Thank you.
That thing is nice.
Thank you. Yes. It was picked out. Let me get it nice and square here. It was picked out by my wife and daughter yesterday. I think it was Urban Outfitters.
Ooh.
And it's, I guess, so ugly it's trendy. I don't know. They just both were like, oh, we love this shirt, and I'm at the point in my life I have no one to impress except for these two women. So
it reminds me of Winnie the Pooh or like a big jar of honey. I love it.
It looks like a 70s kind of thing that if you saw your dad wearing it in a photo, you'd be totally embarrassed and be like, what were you wearing, Dad?
If you get sick of that shirt, I will buy it off of you.
Honestly, I was going to say it really would fit into a lot of your vibe.
It does.
Yeah, I think they had some others there, so maybe we need to take you to Urban Outfitters there at the Square.
I did that one time, and I bought skinny, trendy jeans for an event, and I looked like portly fat guy in skinny jeans.
Yeah, you just got to make sure you size it right and try it out. Yeah.
I was so unconfident at that event.
Yeah, no, that's the worst.
The skinny jeans don't really work if you've got a significant muffin top pouring over the top of them.
It does. It shows a lot of light right to the midsection.
Well, because it's unflattering.
It makes you built like Humpty Dumpty. Really skinny legs.
It's not a good look.
And then big midsection.
It's not a good
I
look.
think we've all kind of been there, so I definitely relate to that. So, yeah, you can see my new shirt. It's got, for some reason, 2 side pockets in it here. It's, I don't even know what this material is.
It looks like bath towel.
Yeah.
It's like a terry cloth.
Oh, is that what that's called?
Yes.
Okay. So it's terry cloth, but I do have to tell you, I had to put a Band-Aid over my nipple already because I was chafing. You ever have that? That's the worst thing. If you ever put a shirt on and it chafes your nipple and you're out and you can't do anything about it, it's the worst pain.
I have pasties if you need.
Yeah, well, the Band-Aid, I think, is going to take care of it.
Okay.
I grew up in a household where we were always trying to save money, so my mom wouldn't dry our clothes, and she would hang them on the clothesline.
Ooh.
And they would dry so hard. Do I know about nipple
crispy shirt?
Yes, they would cut the nipples real hard like. I get it, dog.
So that's kind of where I am today. So we got experimental clothing going on here.
I love it.
Yeah, well, you can dial it up and see it right now. It's on KVJ TV. Just go kvjshow.tv.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you got on your mind today, Bird?
When it comes to y'all taking showers or a bath, are you a long shower taker or are you in and out, you make it quick?
I always shower. The only time I do a bath is if I'm looking to chill and just relax and I've got like extra time. But
it's more for typically, how long are you in there?
I'd say
bathing?
20 minutes in the shower.
That's on the average for you?
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to do.
To me, that's a long shower.
I've got a lot to do, and I go fast, but there's just so many different steps.
The hair I get. Girl, I get the hair.
There's the hair. There's a special face wash, special face exfoliator, special stuff for my foot with this lava rock that I use that I got to scrub my feet with.
So you're really, I wouldn't say you're the average person. You might be a little bit more. I'm trying to get. I read this study, and I read it from several different sources. I'm just trying to see if there's any validity to it. It says lonely people take longer, hotter showers or baths to replace the warmth they're lacking socially or emotionally.
Damn.
I know, I thought
that cuts to the core.
It really does. And there are times when you do take a shower, it does feel like the world's kind of wrapping you up in a hug, no?
No, I do. I love a nice warm shower.
I'm just trying to figure out everyone's shower time so we can see who the loneliest is.
Okay.
How long are you an in and out guy, Kev?
Super quick. I only go as long as it takes to get clean. If it weren't for my glorious hair club hair, I would probably be in and out in a minute.
You're a pretty quick pooper, if I remember, too.
Yeah.
You get it all done.
Yeah, I eat fast. I do all those kind of like little things that you still need to do, but I do them all as fast and as efficiently as you possibly can. I don't want to spend my time doing those things.
Jenny, Suits, long shower? I'm just because mine is.
He said no.
Mine's inconsistent. There are times where I'm like a Kevin. I'll be in there, boom, 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 because we don't have as much to clean, Virginia.
Right.
You know. But then there are times.
That's not a good thing if you're a guy. You want to see you got a lot to clean.
Yeah, well,
This thing's tiny. It's done in 5 seconds.
well, the body takes about.
Don't understand. I don't have a lot to clean.
The body takes about 20 seconds. The hair takes 18 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
No, but I'm inconsistent with mine. There are times 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever, the short shower, and then there's times where I need that hug, that warmth from the shower. So I think there is something to that. When you may be feeling a little down and out, lonely, you may stay in the shower a little longer. And then if you are doing extracurricular activities in there, that adds a few minutes too.
Okay.
So, okay.
Extracurricular.
Let your mind.
Oh, it is.
You'll
I'm
scrub
just
and tug.
envisioning you all lathered up and working yourself into a frenzy.
Yeah,
there's
gets it
time-
extra clean.
There's times when you're on a time schedule. All right, that's all I got. What's on your mind?
So I was out on Friday night. It was my girlfriend's birthday. And so a bunch of friends from our neighborhood all went over to Alton, you know, that new little area. They got several brand new restaurants in there. We did the Lenora's, and then we walked over to another place that turns into like a nightclub at like 10 o'clock.
Is this soccer mom clubbing kind of stuff?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, it's right there, Alton.
It feels like
Abacoa.
you get turned if you are a soccer mom.
Totally. So we go in, and I noticed that they have like a lot of bouncers, but I'm like, all right, well, that's good, I guess. If it turns into a nightclub, I guess they have to have bouncers. But these bouncers look so like big and intense. And then I guess there was a guy like acting up in the club, like he had gone around and goosed a couple of girls.
Okay.
These bouncers came over and they cattle prodded him. They
Whoa.
had a cattle prod.
That's
And
intense.
they cattle prodded him and threw his ass out.
Well, look, if you're
Cattle
goosing,
prod?
if you're goosing people, you got to bring out the cattle. I'm sorry.
I didn't know you could do
Wow.
that, but they
Well, you
did.
can't goose people either.
I agree. I mean, the goosing is definitely bad, and
Dang.
I didn't get goosed. So
Yeah.
Dude's goosing people in a bar.
yeah.
That's insane.
He was a creeper.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
so-
kind of a mess.
Watch out. If you're out there looking to goose, you might get cattle prodded.
Do you remember what this
Wow.
cat looked like?
Yeah, he was kind of like just a typical creepy looking.
Now, did you see him goose people?
I didn't see him goose people, but I did see him navigating the dance floor creepily, and I was like, "What's he up to?"
They have a look.
They have a look. I was very busy though. You
Yeah,
know,
that lurker vibe.
Yes.
I was
Lurker
doing my
vibe.
dance moves. I was very, very busy dancing. So I wasn't focused on him. I was really focused on, okay, how good do I look doing these moves?
Don't worry, he's probably looking for somebody younger.
Nah.
He wasn't zoning on you.
There wasn't anybody there.
Really, you're the youngest?
Jeez. It's like we're endorsing for the club.
No, it's not.
What I got on my mind? Oh, man, I had just kind of a humbling weekend. You know, as you get a little bit older, newer things happen, and it just had a weekend that a couple things went down. One, I've been, working out. My son's now 14, and so that's kind of a threshold mark where they'll pretty much say at about the age of 14 is when you can start, doing a little bit of light weights and things like that. He's starting to get into that, and it's fun. It's going to be a nice father-son bonding kind of thing, and he really seems to be motivated. He wants to go to the gym. He's got that goal He wants to get them 6-pack abs.
Okay.
All that kind of stuff.
Get them now, kid, because they
Right.
will be fleeting.
Yeah, and tell him son, sorry, you have the Ralston genetics.
I know, yeah.
You're going to have to kill yourself in the gym.
Hey,
it's going to be a hard road.
Boy, you're going to have to work hard. Yeah, you're going to have to earn them. So
hopefully he got his mama's abs.
So I was trying to show him some stuff because especially he wants to work on his core. And I went to do one exercise that I used to do before the pandemic. And I went to go do it where you're just kind of like, and my back, it felt like someone hit me with a baseball bat with knives on it. And I was like, oh, my back. And I came up and I was just like, oh, and I was like howling. I was like a wolf that was caught in a trap. Oh, my back. And it's just like, oh my, and he's looking at me like horrified. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. That's one of the worst pains I've ever had in my life. And I had that going on. And then I was telling my wife about it at dinner. And then I got home from dinner and went to go to bed. And I woke up and thought I was having a heart attack or something. I didn't know what was going on. Turns out I got acid reflux or heartburn. So I had to go get that old pills that you take to
the
try
purple pill.
Oh my gosh, what the heck is going on? Like in one weekend, my body completely is just aged 10 years.
That happens to people who think they're having a heart attack. They go in there and go, yeah, you just have acid reflux or you have gas.
Right.
It's
like a
gas.
It's embarrassing.
But now I notice that I'm starting to, it's kind of like if you look at all the health and wellness stuff, if you go to Publix or something like that, I'm starting to get further down the aisle and I noticed I'm about 5 feet away from incontinence and adult diapers.
Uh-oh.
And I'm just like, I'm getting, it really does. It's kind of broken down by ages. Things you need for health and wellness as you get older. You get to the end of that aisle, man, forget about it. It's curtains.
You're 3 years away from just a bag full of prunes and some X-Lax.
Oh,
that's what happens. The system goes
terrible. So I've been trying to work that out, and it's Father's Day, and you're just like, gosh, I'm like old dad. It's just what the heck.
Do
man?
I need to bring in my back thingy, the thing that does the shocks, the TENS machine?
I don't know where it is. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know if that's the right thing. If I need shock or what. So.
We've got it here.
Yeah,
it does give you some relief. I don't know how bad you are.
Yeah, it's just when I hit a certain move, it's something there. And I think honestly, what it is, it might be an injury that I sustained from back in the day, working out and just kind of ignored it. And,
yeah.
From carrying this show.
From carrying the weight of the world.
That's it.
From carrying your prep up the stairs.
Yes.
This prep is pretty hefty.
Thick.
It's not good for the back.
It's a thickie.
It is. All right. We all had very interesting, exciting weekends. Virginia told her mama clubbing story. I told you about how I just basically turned old and
you look great. See,
thank you.
I don't feel old. I just look old. So how would you rather have it?
Yeah, you're right. Yes. Holding it on the looks, just falling apart internally. I'm not sure. Yeah, what is worse? So Bird had a very eventful weekend, of course, as always. One of these things did not happen to him. Did he leave his wallet at a gas station and he still can't find it? Was he offered vape oil pens in the Target parking lot on North Lake? Did he get drunk with a complete stranger at a garage sale? Did he buy 15 donut pool floaties? Or did a neighbor warn him of a strange and suspicious man lurking around his property at weird times throughout the night? Now, pretty much all these kind of things are things that we've heard him do before. These kind of things have always happened. He gets weird people approaching him with odd offers.
And according to the chat room, they're saying this is one of the toughest rounds yet because they all could happen.
Well, I think they all have happened.
They have.
At one point or another. So this is nothing that is strange to you in your life. So you're just picking, okay, this is kind of luck of the draw here, I think, if you're going to get this one correct. Virginia, are you dialed in on one that is standing out to you?
I think I'm just going to go vape oil. Those guys in the parking lot.
Okay. That's the one you're going to go with?
You keep changing the story. Now it's guys in the parking lot. I was smoking it with them.
What is it?
A dude offered me vape oil in the Target parking lot.
Okay. Well, that's the one I want to go with.
Okay. That's the one you're saying did not happen.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that I am going to, oddly enough, this could be a curveball. I'm going to go with the wallet. I'm going to say for once he did not lose his wallet as a curveball.
Ralston, very good.
As a curveball.
Interesting.
That's what I'm going to say did not happen over the weekend. Burr, which one of these things did not happen?
Kevin is so good at this game. The wallet did not have that.
Wow.
Everything else. Yeah, the dude, there's a True Leaf. Or True Leaf. Is it True Leaf, Denny?
True Leaf, I think it is.
Yeah, there's a pot store pretty close to the Target. I mean, I would say a quarter of a mile. Yeah. And I guess they had a major sale over the weekend.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And this dude cleaned up and was asking me if I wanted some vape pens. He said, yeah, man, I got a great deal. I'll give you the best deal on them. I just have learned not to take drugs from strangers.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you never know what could be in that.
Just one of my rules.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing. You got drunk with a dude at a garage sale or a complete stranger?
Well, he was a complete stranger to me. He was the dude running the garage sale. I went garage sailing with one of my family members over the weekend, and it's what I like to do. Yeah. And I wasn't driving, and he's a KVJ Nationer. His name's Pete. He had beer going on. That's how you do a garage sale. He had music playing. He had a cooler of beer. Yeah. I hung out with him. I got some good deals on stuff.
Okay.
It was it was fun. It's a whole world, the whole community, that garage sailing world.
Yeah, it is. It's like a cult.
I'm going to do a little video today of some of the deals that I got. Kind of showing the witch over here why I do what I do. There's a method to my madness. I want to show you some of the deals that I did get. And there is some instant profit right off the bat.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Well, last week we had said that Legos held their value more than some of the other things people typically invest in, some bonds and stocks and things like that. But you had to buy the right kind of Legos. It just goes to show you that some of these collectibles and things really can be a solid investment if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I bought some of them for $10. It turned out to be $110.
Really?
Yeah. Wow.
I was pretty pumped.
That's amazing.
That's big stuff.
There was 3 of those kind of moments that happen over the weekend that sometimes happen.
Cherry weekend.
It was a lot of fun. It's about the hunt.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Let me see. So you also bought 15 donut pool floaties.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I bought them in bulk for $1 a piece, and then if you go online, they're worth so much more money.
Oh, yeah?
What my buddy does, too, he has a shop. He can take crap and turn it into gold. And if anytime you see something that's in bulk, that's a good product that has not been opened yet, there's money there. And he has the eye for all that. Okay. Anytime you can buy something that I knew for a fact that these floaties were worth more than $1 a piece. Cha-ching, money, Virginia.
Nice.
A lot of people doing this kind of stuff as their side hustles. Now,
they
because
are.
A lot of people need extra money with the cost of everything going crazy. So, yeah, if you know what you're doing, you can make some good money.
Stephanie in the chat room says Bird loves bulk. She ain't lying. I love bulk. I need to go to. I gotta
Bulky Bird.
Yeah, I gotta get a Costco card or a Sam's or both.
If you ever did a store, that'd be a great name for you, the Bulky Bird.
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
You're leaving fat.
And then you got another Prowler?
It's not a Prowler.
Okay.
My brother's staying with me right now.
Oh, okay.
And he's a very big, large dude. He's 6'7".
Yes, he is.
So he goes outside to talk on the phone, and people don't know that. And they see him out there pacing around on his phone at different times of the night.
Oh.
You go, who is this dude?
Who is this guy?
You have a large, loud Prowler.
Well, he's not like he's this, little dude. He stands out.
Okay.
He's a big dude.
Okay. Very big dude. Well, a lot of stuff happening movie-wise over the weekend. I don't know if you saw the box office, but man, oh man, that Top Gun Maverick continues to do well. Even though it finished in 3rd place, it's holding its own, which is a good sign for a movie, making another $44 million in its 3rd week. In fact, it was only $7 million behind Lightyear, which way underperformed. They thought that was going to be a huge movie, and it made $51 million to the box office, which was a big disappointment for that movie.
I heard a lot of bad stuff about it. Well, I should say mixed reviews. There was, it's Buzz Lightyear, it was great. Or, me and my kids did not like this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I saw a lot of that. Whether that's real or not, I don't know.
How about that, huh?
I know people were all mad. I saw a lot of fighting about Tim Allen. But I don't know if people are fighting about the wrong. Are they fighting? Are they correct with their fighting?
I don't think so. It was one thing that had come out was it was the politics of Tim Allen kept him out of the movie, and then they had kind of refuted that. Now, what the real truth is, I don't know.
Well, it's kind of hard to say. I forget who's the company that does this. Is it Disney?
Pixar does.
Okay,
this.
It's Pixar.
Yeah,
Pixar has him with another movie. I think so. I don't think there's any kind of behind the scenes drama with it.
Yeah, I didn't delve too deep into it, but I had seen some people were making the accusation, and then I saw the headline where it's unfounded. So, and I didn't delve into why. I don't know that alone would torpedo it. I think that it wasn't big enough of a story that it would affect it. It's probably either just good or bad, or people just don't have an interest in it.
Is that on Rocco's radar? Does he like that stuff?
He would go see that one. He definitely would go see that, but he's more into like YouTube stuff. He's not really a mainstream kid. He's watching like how to install your home alarm system videos. Like,
they don't have a cartoon for that?
Very entertaining.
It's not really his thing. Kid stuff, he has no use for kids or kid stuff.
Got it.
So the real winner, Jurassic World Dominion, finished first, $58.7 million. It won the Father's Day weekend box office, but I think Top Gun Maverick is the big highlight. Somebody had just texted in and said it's over $1 billion now. So I guess maybe that would be a global take.
And someone's saying Pixar is Disney, and Tim Allen's got another project in the works with Disney, so that's why I don't think there's behind-the-scenes drama.
Okay. So that's what's going on. So Top Gun Maverick seems to be the big movie of the summer, I think, when it's all said and done. And unless, you still got Thor, you still got Elvis. It's going to be coming out this Friday, but who knows? That could wind up winning the box office.
Does the King take down Maverick? I don't know. Is Elvis going to be... I know it's going to be critically acclaimed, and there's going to be talks of Hanks getting an award, but are that many people going to go see Elvis, the movie?
I think it's going to do well. And I think it'll probably be the number one movie as we come back in here next Monday. But I just don't know that anything's going to beat Top Gun Maverick. I mean, here we are in the third week. Somebody's texted and said, yeah, we went to the Boynton Beach Cinemark, and the theater was packed, every seat except for the horrible front row. And this is 4 weeks?
That's huge.
Yeah. So
Mags has seen it 3 times. My daughter has seen it 3 times. I'm like, really?
She starts dating a guy that has a Top Gun jacket.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a big one. I think it might win for the summertime. Suits likes spending his weekends. We always give him an assignment of a classic movie to watch to see how it is aged through the eyes of Gen Z. Suits, what movie did you watch over the weekend?
Pulp Fiction.
Oh,
we did this weekend.
One of Virginia's favorites.
I love that movie.
Okay.
I gotta say, this was an interesting movie. I can't say I've seen a style of movie that really matches Pulp Fiction with the multiple storylines going on and kind of converging toward the end. It was a very good movie. I actually found myself enjoying it. I wasn't sure in the beginning how I was going to feel about it because it seemed like it was moving kind of slow. But as the movie went on, it was this style they were doing where they're moving along slowly, but then it just picks up out of nowhere so quickly, like with John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson in the beginning. They're driving along. They end up killing that guy later on in the first 20 minutes, but the whole conversation they're having is so inconsequential leading up to it, and it kept dragging and dragging. But then when he shot that guy, it completely caught me off guard.
Right.
So I really thought the movie did a good job of surprising me. Like, I didn't expect the things to happen that ended up happening, and it kept catching me off guard.
Okay.
At the end, I'm like, actually, that was a pretty good ride. I wasn't sure in the beginning I was going to like it, but it really ended up being a good movie. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I didn't like it the first time I saw it, and then you were always talking about how you loved it and loved it. I go, I got to give it one more shot, and I'm glad I did, because the second time watching it, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
To your point, I feel like that's a movie to watch a second time.
Yes.
You miss some things watching it.
You do.
There were certain parts where I felt a little lost because there's just so much going on. I really feel like that's the type of movie you want to see 2 or 3 times so you can really figure out what's happening in it. But I enjoyed it at the end of it when it was all said and done. Like, that was a good ride.
Suits Rotten Tomatoes score?
I will put that at an 80.
Okay.
All right.
An 80.
Okay.
I'd put it a little higher if I think I was a little more lost in the movie. I think I need to see it again. I feel like you said, though, Bird, if I watch it a few more times, I think that might pick up.
I did a fun experiment on Facebook last night. I said, I want to watch a 90s movie tonight. I put the post up about 5 p.m. and said, y'all put in the comment section what movie I should watch. And by 7 p.m., whatever movie has the most likes, that's what we'll all watch it together.
Yeah.
We'll play and watch it. And I was shocked what won. It was Fear with Mark Wahlberg and Reese Witherspoon, but it won by quite a lot. Someone suggested it, and then people voted on it.
I don't think I've seen that movie.
It's a good movie.
Is he really?
It's intense.
He plays such a whack job. That's a really good movie. Underrated, yes.
Huh.
I saw that in the theater. Reese Witherspoon's good. Yeah, Marky Mark is a He's just a bad dude.
Really?
But he plays a nice guy in the beginning. He's a guy dating this guy's teenage daughter.
Yeah.
And the dad does not like him.
Okay.
And the dad can see that this guy's up to no good. It's really good.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Is it worth checking out, you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Okay, that could work. Maybe Suits needs to watch that for next week then.
Yeah, I'm down. Let's give it a shot.
All right.
Okay, all right. Well, very nice. Thank you very much, Suits. Reviewing the classics here. Well, not all big movies are in the box office right now and in theaters. Top Gun Maverick doing great. Talked about that. Still holding its own in a third or fourth week now. And the one movie that a lot of people are talking about that is something you can't even see in theaters, you got to watch at home. It's Adam Sandler's new NBA-themed Netflix movie, Hustle. And it is doing very well. I'm hearing great word of mouth. I watched it the opening weekend that it had dropped. My son Cannon was all over. He loves NBA stuff. And so we watched it together. I'm like, wow, okay. I don't know. Maybe I had my expectations set low. I didn't know what it was. But I was like, that's a really solid movie. And maybe one of the best I've seen from Adam Sandler. Just quality all the way through and through. Good family movie, too. It all works out. And it is doing very well. In fact, they say right now Hustle is Adam Sandler's highest rated movie of all time with both critics and fans. It's got a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes with both.
Huh.
Now, if you look at Uncut Gems, that's higher with the critics, but the fans' vote's only 52% on that.
That thing was unwatchable.
Yeah, it's weird. I talked to so many people that are like, I can't stand that movie. They don't like it, and it's odd that it's so high with the critics. Happy Gilmore has got an 85% with fans, but only 61% with critics. And that's typically what happens with Adam Sandler movies, is that it's usually the fans love his movies, the critics hate it. And then Uncut Gems was weird because the critics loved it and then the fans hated it. And so now with Hustle, you've got one where everybody loves this movie.
That's what I know I'm going to hate a movie, when all of the critics love it and the fans hate it.
Yeah, it's rare that you get one that scores well with both. And so a 92% with both for Hustle is really solid for Adam Sandler. And I guess arguably his greatest movie ever. How about that, huh?
Wow.
That's not true. There's no way that movie's better than Happy Gilmore. Who's ever saying that is just drunk.
It's higher on Rotten Tomatoes even than the fan score. Happy Gilmore, 85 with the fans, 92 for Hustle. And maybe because it's early.
Yeah, you can't compare that. One came out in 96 or 95. And
Okay.
come on. Better than Happy Gilmore?
I don't know. Right now it's scored better.
Get out of here.
It's scored
Look,
better.
It was a good movie. Let's curb our enthusiasm here.
Okay. Well, we'll get to your own scores on this. Another Adam Sandler movie. Which movie is better of these two? It's an Adam Sandler flick, both about weddings, going up against Wedding Crashers. Wedding Singer versus Wedding Crashers. Which is the better movie?
I like Wedding Crashers better, but I think Wedding Singer is going to probably have a better Rotten Tomatoes score.
What do you think, Virginia?
I don't know. I think I've seen Wedding Crashers. I don't think I've seen Wedding Singer.
With Adam Sandler?
I don't think I've seen it.
What? Do we have to do this bit with Virginia next?
I think
instead of
so, yeah.
Suits?
I've never seen that one.
Oh, my, you would love The Wedding Singer.
Are you sure?
You and your family would.
Is your boy in it?
Rob Schneider is not in The Wedding Singer.
Okay, all right.
Hold on. I'm doing a quick scan. If I'm wrong, the chat room will let me know. I do not think Rob Schneider's in that movie.
Okay.
Wow.
And I'll also let it go.
No.
It's been
Never.
Girl can't let it go.
Till they put me in the earth.
It was 2009 when that interview happened.
Hater for life. Suck it, Rob.
I mean, over a decade, we've been carrying this hate, this weight, Virginia.
It's not going anywhere.
She just can't. She cannot let it go. Oddly enough, those two movies are tied, critics and fan score. 75 for critics, 70 for fans. Both Wedding Singer and Wedding Crashers.
Wow.
I mean, you could flip a coin. They both are pretty dang
Equally solid, yeah. Rotten Tomatoes would agree on that. What about the movie The Hangover versus Bridesmaids? Which movie is better?
Oh, that's tough.
I like Bridesmaid better.
I do too. I think it's funnier.
I even think Bridesmaids can have a higher Rotten Tomatoes score with the people.
This is what's odd about these two movies. Bridesmaids does not. Bridesmaids has a 76% on Rotten Tomatoes. The Hangover has an 84%.
Really?
But it's flipped with the critics. A 90 score for critics on Bridesmaids and a 79 with The Hangover. So how about that? So one wins with the critics and the other one wins with the fans. The fans like The Hangover better than Bridesmaids, according to Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, I listen to the fans because journalists sometimes have some kind of, at times they can have an agenda.
Yeah. So then the fans say The Hangover is a better movie.
That's who I listen to.
Okay. But I think I was a bigger fan of Bridesmaids.
Me too.
I laughed harder at Bridesmaids, and I was like, this is crazy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what about this one? Moana or Frozen?
Moana.
I think so too.
I think we just like Moana better too,
I
right?
do.
It's got The Rock in it, baby.
It does. It's a good
singing,
story.
Just happy. What about Aquaman or Wonder Woman? Better movie. I think Wonder Woman stood out to me a little bit more.
I don't know, dog. I watched that 1984 in English and in Spanish.
I'm going with the original. It's because this isn't 1984. This is the original Wonder Woman versus the original Aquaman. The original Wonder Woman's a lot better than the 1984 version, and you can't let that taint affect your view of the first one. But that's a sequel.
But then you've got Amber Heard and Aquaman. Are you allowed to have that taint go ahead and affect your...
That's why I'm going Wonder Woman regardless of the Amber Heard factor.
I'm going Aquaman, Virginia.
I haven't seen either one.
Okay.
Well, then vote anyway.
Girl power, I'm going Wonder Woman.
What about two thrillers, The Shining versus Seven? Which movie is better?
Seven, I think, is a better movie because it moves quicker and there's a lot in there. The Shining, I think, probably has a better Rotten Tomatoes score, though. And I love both of those movies.
Okay. What about A Quiet Place or Get Out?
I like to Get Out better than A Quiet Place.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. What about Rudy or Remember the Titans?
I know you hate Rudy. Remember the Titans is such a good movie. I love that movie.
It's a great movie.
Every time that movie's on, it doesn't matter what part it's on. A lot of times it's always the part, there's some depressing parts in that movie.
That's the only thing that I don't love is it's a little depressing at times, but other than that, I go Remember the Titans. Okay, what about Shrek or Finding Nemo?
Oh, Finding Nemo. I love Nemo.
Yeah, I think I'm going Nemo. He's a lot.
He is a lot. It's a little bit more humorous, but I don't know. I don't know if it would age well. I don't know if it feels played. It's not a movie you'd watch over and over again where I feel like Finding Nemo is. Finding Nemo is close to a perfect movie.
It's so beautiful. The way, just the beautiful animation of it, the colors. I love Finding Nemo.
Isn't there a deep storyline to Nemo too?
Sure is.
It's good stuff. It's a great Father's Day movie, actually.
Okay. Good one, yeah.
So you got to go with that.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, we talked about last week how Charlie Sheen's 18-year-old daughter, Sammy just turned 18, and I guess one of the first things she did was, bam, join OnlyFans.
Okay.
It's turned into a little profitable endeavor. So Sammy has 2,800 followers that each pay $19.99 a month. That's $55,000 a month she's making, and she's only been on OnlyFans 1 month.
Wow. Okay.
Almost $56,000.
Yeah.
Damn.
Another reason we should explore possibly doing an OnlyFans page.
Initially, Charlie was a little upset about it. I don't think he wanted Sammy to go that way. But I guess Denise pulled him aside and was like, look, this. These are all the reasons why you need to support Sammy and let Sammy do what Sammy wants to do. And then so Charlie put out a second statement saying that he will listen to Denise next time.
She pulled him aside and then showed him the interviews he did as the Warlock and also go, hey, dude, remember you shot Kelly Preston? Yeah. Shut up.
Right. What she's doing is not as bad.
Right. So there you go on that one. Nick Cannon got a few Father's Day messages. We were talking about this. So he's got 6 kids that are here, 2 more buns in the oven right now, but only received 3 Father's Day messages online on social media. So I think it's just kind of interesting. Mariah Carey made no mention mention of Nick and gave him no shine for Father's Day, and I want the backstory there.
Well, to me, he kind of opened himself up a bit just with the comments he said, where he gives plenty of time to all of his children, and that's where I'm like, okay, I'd like to see the work here, because I'm trying to figure out how you can do all this and what you do with your professional life. And then what you consider to be enough time.
It would be impossible to give 8 different kids enough time unless they all live in the same house, which they don't.
I'm skeptical.
I'm super skeptical.
Yeah, but I'd like to see him work it out. I give him the chance to be like, okay, explain it to me how this works and why you think it's enough.
And finally here, it looks like they've added more big names to that huge show to tribute Taylor Hawkins. Of course, we know the Foo Fighters are going to be there. We had heard that they were going to be doing a bunch of celebrity cameos, and now we know you're going to have Chris Novoselic from Nirvana is going to be there.
That makes sense.
The Led Zeppelin bassist John Paul Jones is going to be there.
Okay.
Also, Pink, Nancy Wilson, Liam Gallagher from Oasis, a bunch of big names will be there, and proceeds from the show will benefit charities that are chosen by the Hawkins family.
Okay.
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
Okay, very nice. Got some celebrity birthdays here today. Nicole Kidman's turning 55. Her husband was just playing the amphitheater over the weekend. I think they had a little weather delay before it all kicked off, though. They had some crazy storms on Saturday.
Don't want to mess up his pretty hair.
No, he's got great hair. Absolutely. He's a gorgeous man. Keith Urban there on Saturday, if you don't know. John Goodman. He's on The Conners and done many great classic movies like Revenge of the Nerds. He's now 70.
Is The Conners still going strong? Is that still on?
I don't know about strong, but I think it's still going. I think. I don't know. I haven't seen one episode of it.
And I haven't heard anything about it.
No, it's very quiet. If it is still on. Lionel Richie, 73. He's still going strong.
Get him. Still sounds like smooth like butter, kid.
Oh, yeah. Easy like Sunday morning. So he's 73 today. Also got a birthday shout out. Yesterday was the 19th. My daughter Sophia's 10th birthday. A little shout out for her. Mom, Ian, Jay, and Zane. That's from Jackie Roberts. Has sent that in.
Nice.
And for me, it's an interesting odd day for me. I guess my first heavenly birthday wish to my mama.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, today is or would have been her birthday. This is the first year that I've celebrated her birthday without her being in the midst where I can give her a call. And the thing that was always unique with my mom and I is her birthday's today, my birthday's tomorrow.
Tomorrow, right.
And so this is the first year I'm having to kind of, I don't know, sort this out.
How are you doing with your emotions?
I think I'm okay right now because I don't think it's fully hit me, and it's weird. I feel like I'm kind of kicking the can down the road from her passing. I feel like, I'm not sure I've dealt with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like I kicked it down the road. And you have these little things where the can gets stuck, and like today's one of those days. I don't know. We'll see. I'm okay. I'm here right now, but it is one of those ones where when it gets to be my birthday tomorrow and all that, it's like how do you feel about it? And then when you start, realizing your birthday's coming up,
just know that it's normal and okay to feel bad, and just feel what you feel. Don't put any pressure on yourself. If you feel something, let it happen. If you feel nothing, let that happen. Either way, you're fine.
Yeah.
I think you use that as a defense mechanism to compartmentalize, and maybe you did that, for the first year, but now you're dealing with it because it's like, whoa, the birthdays, that's our time. I got a stack of cards that's sitting on my desk from all the condolences that people sent in when she died, and they're unopened. And they're tough to read, man.
Yeah,
they are. And I just did, and I feel bad because I need to probably go through and thank people for their condolences, but I'm like, they're there. But if I don't read them, it's not like it's real. It's not like it's real. It was too real, and I'm like, I'm not ready for that yet.
Well, the good thing is most people, and I would say in the 90% percentage, are not going to give you any grief for not responding back. They understand. There's a lot that goes with all that stuff.
So this is, these are the kind of days when you adjust to the loss of a parent where you're like, today would be a day I would definitely talk to my mom, and there would be that kind of talk going on that we had every single year.
Don't run from your feelings. Feel what you feel it.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. They're there, and they are, and of course, sadness, is a big part of it. But the one thing that I will tell you, and I'll stress to anybody else out there, if you got any kind of little squabbles with a parent, don't let that keep you from making calls and staying connected. And I even told you that, my mom had a lot of views towards the end there that it was kind of tough because we didn't necessarily see eye to eye. And I just listened to her and heard her out and wasn't there to fight with her. I was just there to let her speak, and I did. And so I'm so happy I handled that way. If I would have tried to fight back, we could have had a contentious last 6 months. And the COVID sprung up and got her. It wasn't like anybody's expecting this. She got it, and 2 weeks later, she is gone.
Yeah, so. You are clearly not a Pennington. There would be probably...
Yeah. So I'm happy I handled it that way, but that's just kind of a reminder. You see that it's said so much. It's such a cliche that always reach out and call your parents whenever you have a chance because you never know when you won't. And it's cliche, but it's very true. So happy birthday, Mama. So there you go. All right, well, summertime is raging on, and maybe you had the first week or two handled, but now the longer the kids are out of school, the harder it is to try to find something to keep them occupied. That's why we got Camp KVJ, 4-pack of tickets to Rapids Water Park, and Lion Country Safari is what we got for you this week for your school-age children. Corey is on here from Royal Palm. Hello, Corey.
Hi, good morning, KVJ.
Yeah. Good morning. I guess you've got 2 school-age kids.
One school-age kid. I have 2 kids, one school-age.
Okay. How old are your kids?
My oldest is 24, but my youngest is 8.5.
8.5. Okay, well, that's going to be perfect. Rapids Water Park, Lion Country Safari. And the cool thing about having an older kid, I know, is you can actually have the older kid take the younger kid, and then you can have a mom's day and do whatever the heck you want, Corey.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Built-in babysitter.
That's right. You got that win as well. These are 2 of the best places in South Florida to take kids. Fully endorsed. We love both of them, so totally. I'm sure your kids will as well, Corey. Thanks for calling in. Have a great Monday, okay?
Thank you so much. You guys do the same.
Okay.
I mean, these are the kind of trips that you can hold over your kid's head and be like, you better clean your room or you're not going to Lion Country or Rapids. No. You can make this work for a good 2 or 3 weeks of cleaning room.
Oh, absolutely. We're all into bribing children. That's how it all gets done. So we'll have another bribe for you tomorrow morning right about this time with Camp KVJ. Listen up, same tickets we got for you. Are you guys ready to think fast?
Oh, I need it.
Okay.
Virginia sounds like she's fired up here.
Let's do this.
Are you tired today?
I don't know. I didn't have my coffee.
I feel like something. I'm getting a. You're wearing a mood. I'm trying to figure it out. I feel like there's something off with you.
I'm wearing a moo, as in a moo.
No,
not a mood.
Your mood seems a little weird. I'm just making sure you're all right.
I'm fine. I didn't do any coffee today. I think that might be it.
Okay, so she hasn't had her Kahlua yet. Can we get Mama a turn, please?
So let's just skip the coffee and go right to the Kahlua.
Yeah. Boy, that coffee will do something, though. I'm telling you what, my wife doubled up on the coffee at church yesterday, and she was unbearable for about 2 hours.
The spirit took over her, huh?
Just unbearable. I about ran through a wall.
Was it a lot of energy? You didn't know what to do with it?
It was all directed at me. There was just she's just picky and proddy and just getting my goat and just one thing after another.
Was yesterday the day, did she pick out that shirt when she was on coffee?
She had come down from the coffee.
Okay.
So this might have been wine.
Was she terrorizing you on Father's Day?
It kind of was. It was just deviling me.
Wine and coffee produced that shirt, which I love. I love that shirt.
It's a fun shirt.
70s. Yeah. Well, you got to be careful. I saw this today. If you see somebody getting all hopped up on the coffee before they go shopping, that could be a problem. And man, we walked by the largest Starbucks store yesterday before we went in shopping, and maybe this is correlated. They say shoppers who have a cup of coffee before shopping ended up spending 50% more money and buying 30% more items than people who shop without any caffeine.
It shows you if you've got something extra in your system, maybe you shouldn't be buying stuff. Alcohol.
No doubt.
I bought some whack stuff when I'm drunk.
It does juice you up. You shop faster.
Yeah.
You're more effective at just grabbing things. You don't think things through as thoughtfully.
Well, is caffeine considered a drug?
Yes.
Okay, then there you go.
Yeah. They say that shoppers who drank caffeine bought more non-essential items than the others.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So it does a little something to you.
So if you have coffee and you're putting some alcohol in the coffee, you're screwed. You're buying so much stuff you do not need.
And you're having fun doing it.
Yeah.
She's right about that.
Smiles.
All right, we got some Think Fast here, Virginia Jbird. Denny's on this. I got a topic for you. Whoever can come up with a sensible answer the fastest going to get the point here. First up, Think Fast. Something you usually find in a hotel that starts with the letter G.
Girls.
Girls?
Girls.
Okay, yeah, all right, we can do that. I guess you could find
I
girls in the gym.
Denny's don't like that.
Find him anywhere.
It's a good point. It's a bad answer.
If it's a fun hotel.
That's a fun
I
hotel.
mean, a hotel with nothing but dudes. It was a sausage hotel.
that I think you would find in Alaska.
You're right.
Okay, think fast. A street in West Palm Beach that starts with the letter E.
Ivernia.
What'd you say, Bird?
Everlyn?
Everlyn?
Isn't there an Everlyn? Is there an Everlyn, West Palm Beach? I thought there was, but clearly the laughing and the looks say no, Bird. You stupid.
You're born here, right?
I was.
The transplant gets the point. Ivernia.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Everlyn, Avernia, it's sort of the same.
Kinda.
Okay, next up, think fast. A country in South America that starts with the letter B.
Bogota.
Bolivia.
What'd you say, Virginia?
Bogota.
To the capital,
I
Colombia.
put Bolivia.
You put Bolivia, we're going to get the point. Bogota is a capital, Virginia, not a country.
Oh, sorry.
Don't apologize.
I don't think I know the difference, Kevin.
We got to get this girl some coffee and Kahlua stat.
Okay, Jbird up 2-1 on Virginia. Denny's yet to get on the board here.
What's going on,
I gotta
Denny?
drink some coffee and some Kahlua.
I know.
Yeah. Okay, what about this? A place you go on the weekend that starts with the letter C.
Club.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
In the club.
Denny, are you like Kevin? Do you have a new shirt on too?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
This vintage one.
Yeah,
You will ride Denny's like that.
Try getting his head, dog.
Well, I used to wear sweaters in here, but our air's been not working, so I have to wear T-shirts now again because it's so hot.
Oh, yeah. You just don't know what you're going to get.
You just never know.
I have zero credibility to ever rip on anybody's clothing. I'm just busting balls.
I love the shirt today, though.
Panda got me this shot.
Mother Teresa. It's
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan dressed as Mother
I mean,
Teresa.
that's awesome.
Mother Teresa.
That's a great shirt.
Thank you, Danny. It's very sweet of you.
Okay, a creature you find in the sea that starts with the letter J.
Giant jellyfish. Sorry.
I don't know.
I'm done.
I mean,
You're right. Buzz me.
Bullshit.
Buzz me.
I mean.
You're
We
right.
just can't. Giant.
Very stupid.
Yeah.
Very dumb. I shouldn't be ripping on anything.
We're gonna cancel that one out.
Kevin's throwing that point out altogether.
Yeah, we're gonna toss that out the window.
It feels like the only move you can make.
Yeah, I don't think there's any other options
I
on
kind
that.
of feel like Kevin should send me home today.
He should, brother.
Okay, how about this one? It's tied to a piece, Virginia and Jbird. Something you shouldn't put in your mouth starting with the letter D.
Dong.
Dog. You should though. Dogs.
That's arguable.
Dogs. You should put a dog in your mouth. A real dog, like a terrier.
We understand.
Dennis, I'll give you a point if you come up with a better answer.
Dice. You're not supposed to put them in your mouth.
I mean, 3 terrible answers.
Terrible.
Yeah, Denny's had plenty of time to think that through.
I was just listening.
Yeah, trying to work it out and everything.
He's
Dice?
right. You really shouldn't put it in your mouth.
Yeah, I guess.
Choking hazard.
Yeah, all right, I'll give him a point. Yeah, dirt would have been good, but it's all
I
right.
still think dong was great.
Okay. A lot of people would argue that, though, Virginia.
A lot.
Yeah. A lot of people like, what are you talking
Not
about?
the lesbians.
Okay. All right, what do you think about this? Think fast.
Kevin's moving along.
Kevin
we
doesn't know what to
we
do.
don't need to spend any more time here.
Kevin sometimes just to move on.
Just gotta keep going. Yeah. All right, something you should never put in your garbage disposal, starting with the letter B.
Bodies.
Oh, which I mean,
You should put bodies in there.
Okay,
don't you?
yeah.
I mean,
Okay, put bodies down there. Tell me how it goes, Virginia.
I guess. All right. Okay, let me see here. I'll see if Bird can hold on for the win. He's up 3-2. Denny's been eliminated.
Oh, stick around.
I'm just start shouting random things now.
That's it. Yeah, that's how you do it.
If we're taking bodies,
Yeah.
That's so aggressive.
I guess you really shouldn't. Who knows?
I don't
You're
know. I
right.
mean,
Somebody might. All right, something some people put in their coffee, beginning with the letter B.
Booze.
I mean,
Yeah. Virginia.
it's pretty topical. We just talked
Custom
about
made.
that.
Next one wins.
Oh,
Oh
boy.
my gosh, Denny's.
Something you should never give to a toddler, starting with the letter M.
Meth.
Okay. You
You're
can't
right.
argue that. Bird for the win. Don't give toddlers meth.
Even if they ask you for it.
Yes. Do not. Do not. Well, you're hearing so much about rent increases, and it's just not even good around here. South Florida renters, they say, are paying on average 22% more than what our rent should be. That's insane. 22% more than what it should be. People are jacking up the prices. They say that rents have risen 50% in West Palm Beach. Wow. 32% in Miami and 28% in Fort Lauderdale. How about that? I mean, that's just absolutely insane.
It's mind numbing if you think about, already we're probably living paycheck to paycheck. Then how
Yeah.
do you have a 50% increase?
50%. That is what rents have risen in the last 2 years in West Palm Beach.
And it's a trickle-down effect, Virginia. I was at Publix the other day. Tater tots, they're on the uprise.
It's crazy. They say the average rent here in South Florida, $2,846, while the average rent should be $2,331.
Wow.
So that's the 22%.
I just found out a house I was looking at before I bought it. There was an original price, and then they sold it now because of the whole, what's going on, for $250,000 more than the original price they were asking for.
Wow.
It's absolutely,
couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it is absolutely insane. I mean, that's really what's going on here.
It ain't worth what they paid for. It's just, there's no way that house is worth that kind of money. But then again, is it? I don't know, Virginia.
If somebody will pay it.
Yeah, that's kind of where we are with this. But the good news is if you are in West Palm Beach, the city has passed a new ordinance that will force landlords to give tenants at least 60 days in advance of a rent increase that exceeds more than 5%. So you get a little bit of notice. Some people are arguing, saying, yeah, that's good because they can't spring it on you, be like, hey, rent's due on Monday. But still, a lot of people are saying 60 days just trying to find anything is not enough because a lot of people are having to make that decision. Can we even stay in South Florida? 1, 2, can we even stay in Florida? And then that affects a lot of times where you're working. And I'm seeing people's commutes are now going through the roof because people are having to take extra jobs or find a better job. And now your rent's gone up and the price of gas is crazy.
Yeah, if you don't give it to them for the rent, you're going to give it to them for the gas.
Yeah. So it's one or the other. So hopefully that's some good news.
I was in a hurry. I was running late and I needed to get gas. So I only did like a quarter tank. I just didn't have the time to do the whole full tank. And a quarter of a tank was so much money.
It's shocking.
I couldn't believe it was almost $40 for a quarter of a tank.
Damn.
It's absolutely crazy. So there you go. So I know a lot of people feel that way about the rents and all that stuff, if you got somebody to call out, you can hit us up right now.
If somebody's done you wrong, it's time for you to sing along and call them out, call them out, call them out. You gotta call them out, call them out, call them out. It's time to call them out.
Okay, who you calling out and for what here today? Maybe we can let people know that, hey, you're not doing it right. You got to change things up a bit. One of the call them outs that we got here today, Jbird, I know you had something that you wanted to call out. You were saying you hate it when somebody forces you to eat something, especially if you're not hungry.
It's an uncomfortable thing. If someone says no, thank you, I'm not hungry right now, I don't want to eat something, especially if you're not sitting down for a dinner. Don't force them to eat it. I had to eat some crappy, gross stuff that someone was making, and I wasn't hungry, and I was kind of feeling nauseous. I told them 3 separate times, hey, I really don't want to eat that. And like the guilt, throwing a guilt, I'm like, sure, fine, give it to me, I'll eat it. Will you shut up now? And it was awful, and it was gross, and I don't like their meatballs or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, so don't do that.
Right? We worked with somebody like that back in the day. She would... Very nice, but
force it on you.
She would force these baked goods on you. You'd be in the hallway just trying to go pee, and she'd have this food she'd want you to try, and it was kind of gross. You didn't want to eat it, and you're in a hurry.
Yeah.
But then she'd give you a guilt trip. Oh, I made it. Oh, you're in the kitchen all day yesterday. You're not gonna try one bite. Like, sure. Please let me eat your gross deviled egg.
Hey, call him out. I saw from Gary. He said Peanut Island adjacent has become an unruly eyesore. One vessel looks like a Hialeah flea market. Why do we always got to pick on Hialeah? Jet skis should be banned. I've seen some chase manatees. Unfortunately, Riviera Beach goes from installing moorings to putting a steakhouse in the marina. So he's apparently unhappy with what's going on at Peanut Island. It's getting too junked up. Some people are saying it is getting a little bit more crowded, but I guess that's just what happens when population starts to boom a bit, right?
Did he say jet skis should be banned?
Yes, he did. I don't know that that's ever going to happen.
That's like telling the internet there's no mean comments.
Dude. Good luck with that fight.
Yeah, have fun with that.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to be happening.
He's frustrated. I get it.
Yeah.
When you're mad and frustrated, you want all jet skis banned.
But sometimes you got to just sit back and go, you know what? I'm not going to get all upset about things I can't control. I can't control the amount of jet skis in the intercoastal. I just can't. Neither can you. So if I know I can't control it, let me just chill and relax and not let myself get all worked up to where my blood pressure is boiling.
Is he saying he's mad because with all of the people, it's mucking up the water, they're not picking up, it's gross, it's trashy?
Yeah, because some people on the thread had put, there were some blankets, dirty blankets somebody had left behind. And, other people were saying, what I do a lot of times on a weekend morning is I will go out there in a kayak with a bag and I'll just pick up some trash just to try to, because unfortunately this is, why we do call them outs, that they're just some rude people that we have to try to live with, but sometimes you have to kind of make up a little bit for their rudeness. But if we all kind of picked up a little bit of the slack, and that's why we call out the people that are rude, be going, just stop ruining it for everybody.
What humble bragger texted, I wake up and I'm just a good person. I do it all my own.
I was on the thread, yeah.
Just kidding.
But they did. There were several saying, here's what I do.
I would love to do that. To me, there's something that's like, I don't know, very mind cleansing. On the jet ski, I don't want to do it on a kayak. That's too much work. But on the jet ski, like pick up trash and like skim the water and pick up dirty blankets.
Right.
And I think all kinds of people go to Peanut Island, too. It's not just jet skiers. Like, there's boaters that leave dirty blankets, too. You can't blame one group for the trash.
Sure.
I'm sure it's everybody. There's also people that take the Peanut Island ferry over, and they could be leaving trash. Like, just to say it's the jet skiers is kind of like, wait, what?
So MC's calling me and you out in the chat room. No, he's saying that he's mad at the jet skis because they're chasing manatees, which is against the law to harm them. Y'all don't listen to Kevin.
What?
Maybe so. We don't listen. I don't know what to tell you. we love manatees here. We're fanatees.
Let me see a couple other call them out. Somebody, of course, calling out the greedy owner and the management company who's going to be raising my rent by over $350 a month. So it's forcing me to move after living here for 11 years. I just keep hearing that over and over again. Sorry to hear that.
Am I the only one that every time I hear one of these landlord stories where they really up the price, I picture some big, fat, sweaty guy with a cigar and suspenders going, I'm raising the rent $400. That's who I picture as the landlord, some evil dude. No? Is this...
Yeah.
Should I go back to bed?
I think you have a mix.
It's just what I see in my head.
I know you do, Pumpkin.
Don't call me Pumpkin.
Someone else said, I want to call out my roommate who watches porn while he eats his breakfast. Dude, keep that in your room.
Wow, that's a bold beginning of the day.
Yeah, I mean, come on now. Do we need to... You really got to get it going for breakfast, huh? Somebody else said, I took a day off from work to have my roof power wash. I have to be home to let them into my backyard. And this company said the person would be at my place between 1 and 3. And then at 4 p.m. when nobody had showed up, I called their office. The receptionist calls the guy who was scheduled to clean my roof. And when she comes back onto the phone with me, she tells me that, oh, yeah, I talked to Marco. He said he came by, but nobody was home. So they asked, okay, well, can we just reschedule for the following day? And I'm like, no, because I took a day off today and you didn't show. And the receptionist said, yeah, no, you probably just didn't hear the doorbell or maybe you were distracted. Our guy was there. So I take a deep breath and I say, well, is your guy invisible? Because I checked my security cameras. Guess what? Marco was there within the hour and he cleaned the roof for free, $300 value.
Okay, well, they did it right then.
Yeah.
If you have security cameras and you can prove that Marco's a fat liar.
What a great thing to say, though, to call him out. And be like, really? That's amazing. Marco was here, huh? Because he's not on my security cameras. Is he invisible? Marco got called on it.
Marco was trying to take a day himself.
Yeah.
I got to call out somebody. Sweet Denny saw the whole thing. There was this guy was doing a police knock on my door. So I look out my window to see. I'm like, I don't know this guy. I want nothing to do with it. He comes back 20 minutes. Boom, boom, boom. Same knock. I can tell he's got some kind of thing.
Paperwork?
Yeah, I can tell it's not going to be a fun. So he comes back a third time within a 45-minute. Boom, 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 boom. So I open up the door, and he's a bug guy in the neighborhood, and he immediately starts talking trash about my bug guy and saying, these people are terrible, blah, blah, blah. You gotta fire them and come with me. Basically saying all this stuff and would not leave.
Oh. This is why you can't answer the door.
Well, that's exactly why I didn't answer the door. He would not. We timed it out. It was like 8 minutes. He wouldn't leave. Denny's finally goes, dude, we're working in here. We gotta go. I don't want to be rude to the guy, but there is a reason why people will slam the door in your face at times if you don't get I don't want to talk to you anymore.
That is so unnerving.
It was unnerving. He kind of had an aggressive look in his eyes, too.
But you know what? This is why you can't answer your door, because think about it. If they knew you, they would call you or text you. Well, if it's anybody at your door with paperwork and an aggressive knock, they can kiss my butt.
Yeah, I clearly don't want to talk, so I guess you just have to say, and I said, sorry, I'm not interested. And then you'd go into this whole other over-the-top spiel. I'm like, all right, man, I guess I just have to close the door.
Nobody's bugging me more than you.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
It's aggressive. It's weird.
It's so weird.
Also got another column out here, and I heard a good bit of this from over the weekend. Kristen in Jupiter said, I know how deep you keep your finger on the pulse of the local events, and I just want to pass this on to you. I went to Hard Rock Stadium on Saturday night for the Def Leppard show. Full disclosure, I'm not really a huge fan of the acts, but I went to spend time with my husband, brother-in-law, and sister-in-law. We missed Joan Jett because we got there too late. Poison sounded good. Happen to like Bret Michaels. He seems genuinely cool. Def Leppard played next and did a great job. Then Motley Crue closed the show, and it was awful.
Aww.
You could barely make out what Vince Neil was saying due to his poor articulation and sound issues. The quality was so bad, it literally hurt sitting there listening to it. I'm no music aficionado, but I could see that the other people were thinking the same thing and making comments about it. My brother-in-law was most looking forward to Motley Crue. We ended up leaving 5 songs into their set because it was so bad.
Wow.
Just curious if you're hearing this. It was a pretty packed house. I'm hearing a lot of it, and this is what I told you. I grew up a massive Crue fan, still love the music. But to me, Vince Neil's got some balls for taking any money for what he puts up on stage because it's terrible. He is not taking care of himself. His voice is shot. He's not in the kind of condition you need to be to put on a good concert.
I don't think Tommy Lee really hurt his ribs. I thought he just go, I'm not feeling this tour.
He may have just seen what Vince was doing and said, enough's enough.
He may have taken his own drumsticks and started cracking his own ribs just so he didn't have to be there.
He paid somebody to break his ribs right before the show.
Yes, please. So how bad was it? Well, here's a little bit of the show from Hard Rock Stadium. This is Motley Crue and Vince Neil singing Kickstart Your Heart. Yeah, you can't really tell when he was singing because the thing that you're noticing is that when he was singing the verses where people weren't singing along so much, it was terrible. When you get to the choruses, the whole crowd was singing.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as bad, so that wasn't as noticeable.
You want Vince to take the lead so you can hear what we're working with.
Right, that would have shown it a little bit better. But here he is in Home Sweet Home. But you listen, it's only the crowd singing. At that point, you don't need a lead singer. Just have the band come up and play, and then
I'm on my way.
I mean, just put the lyrics up on the screen and have somebody else sing it. I mean, where's Vince? Yeah,
I didn't pay to hear the crowd sing.
It's all crowd. That's the only thing that you could hear. Yeah, and the other one, like I said, with Kickstart Your Heart, it didn't sound like he knew the lyrics either.
It sounds like he's just going,
He tries to get a little bit of a sound of what he had.
Heart,
like here, and I knew because we'd done several of those shows with him when you had Dr. Feelgood's in downtown West Palm, and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, and they were free shows, so I wasn't as upset. But I'm like, who would pay for this? And I'm like, dude, why are you doing this?
Don't ever ask that guy if he's got chicken fingers at his bar. He don't like those kind of questions, Kevin.
Yeah. So call him out for Motley Crue as they continue. They just started this tour.
Uh-oh.
So
it's going great.
You usually start at the top of your game.
Or if it were the end, be like, oh, he's just tired.
It's the end.
This is the beginning. He is going to be looking and sounding his best now.
They're down a drummer, and he is. You can't really enunciate the words.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Somebody said same thing for Loverboy last night. The lead singer looks like a bloated fish.
Aww.
Man, that's
Puffer Boy.
Damn, they're going after Loverboy now.
Yeah, tough. There you go. All right, that's some of the column outs.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away. Cause you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, 2 deputies in Orange County, Florida, have been disciplined for putting out news about Bob Saget's death before the family was even notified. I guess one of the officers had shared it with his brother, and the brother put it on Twitter, and not a good look for the police department.
No.
And both of the officers have now been disciplined for their behavior, and hopefully won't be doing that kind of a dumb move again.
You would hope, but we had similar kind of stuff happening with the death of Kobe Bryant. Remember that? There was people who were first responders on the scene, and they're like, okay, man, this is something people are going to want to know about, and they jump on it, and they're like, hey, maybe a tabloid will buy it, and yeah, you got to. I'm glad that they're stepping up and disciplining these officers because that's just something you can't. You can't do that.
You gotta remember the family
Right.
and do it the right way.
Yeah, I mean, because they're celebrities, it doesn't mean that their family needs to find out on Twitter that they're dead. No. Yeah.
Awful. We had told you that Nick Cannon didn't have a lot of well wishes on social media from baby mamas, but he did have some. Brittany Bell, who is the mother of his son Golden and his daughter Powerful Queen. That's the daughter's name.
Okay.
Powerful Queen.
All right.
It's a lot of pressure.
That is a lot of pressure for
I
a little
mean,
girl.
if my parents named me Awesome Jason, I'm like, I don't know,
Ooh.
guys. What if I'm not that awesome?
Brittany Bell is the mother of those two kids, and she sent him one of those cameos, but it's like this Vietnamese man who's known for singing offbeat and crazy and nutty, and so he did a whole special rap just for Nick Cannon, all about him being a dad. So he did get some social media love.
Okay.
And finally here, looks like Triumph the comic insult dog was arrested.
That's amazing.
What the hell happened? It sounds like they were doing a bit and they stayed past their time that they were supposed to be. And they got arrested by the Capitol Police.
Okay, if you are the creators of the insult dog, you are so happy about this.
Yeah.
This is great publicity.
Hopefully you kept the cameras rolling as they were taking Triumph into custody.
A puppet got arrested. It's pretty good.
It is pretty good, yeah.
Good for me to poopa.
Yes.
It's not bad. It's pretty
She
good.
does a
Thank
good
you.
triumph.
It'd be great if it was 15 years ago. And that's what's going on in your dirt.
He still holds up. Look at the American Idol one, and then look up the Star Wars when they do it.
Okay.
It's so funny.
All right. And that's what's going on in your dirt.
One thing that I don't know if we have really anything to report on, but boy, we've gotten a lot of texts about that Bam Margera story you had last week.
Yeah.
Where-
So Bam broke out of rehab, but he was partying in Delray.
The crazy thing about it was, and that's why for us, being here, it was a court-ordered rehab. That's why you can't just walk out. And there were people that were sending photos. He was all over the Ave. He was at El Camino. Somebody sent me that he was at a skate park in Abacoa in Jupiter. I'm like, it was like he went on a world tour.
They have one there, don't they?
In Abacoa? I think they do.
Yeah, skate park. Yeah. So he was there. And then I came in today with another photo where Bam and like going, boy, there's a lot more to this story. And it looked like he was a little banged up and on a gurney. So I'm like, I don't know what all happened with Bam's crazy world tour, but it's a national story. I keep seeing it pop out all over the place.
Is he back in rehab now?
I believe he is, but what he did in that time out, it sounds like it's worthy of a movie.
Well, it does. It sounds like he went on a Rumspringer.
Had an epic time.
But they were saying, oh, we can't find him. We don't know where he is. Everybody's looking for Bam. Look on social media. He was posing.
Leaving crumbs everywhere.
With everybody. In every bar, in hotel lobbies.
It was.
He was just taking mad pictures.
I can't believe how many places he got in such a short amount of time. It was really unbelievable what he was doing. So thanks for always keeping us in the loop when the dirt is going on. Try to pass on whatever we get. Well, I did want to make note over the weekend, there were a lot of great celebrations that went on. Did you just see how many people were out at all the Pride events that were going on? My goodness, the attendance at the Stonewall Pride Parade in Wilton Manors, that place was packed. They had great weather for it.
Awesome.
So that was really fantastic to see. There were so many awesome Juneteenth celebrations that happened as well, and I love seeing that. Really, in our second year of being able to celebrate this as an official holiday now in the U.S., also known as Freedom Day. I'm sure you heard all about it. It's really the date when slavery ended in America.
Yeah, someone in the chat room said, I'm surprised you guys are on today. And I said, well, why would we not be on today?
Yeah.
Because I thought it was yesterday. I didn't realize that today is the day that it's being observed nationally.
Yeah, and honestly, it's something, that's why I bring this up here and now, because it is a consideration. And I hadn't thought much of it until it was probably too late, but it's something to consider for the future, and it's something where maybe we definitely should consider doing it, and more people should. Now, last year, if you don't know, Juneteenth was officially made the nation's 12th federal highway. or federal holiday, sorry. And right now, you're only at about 30% of employers offering Juneteenth as a paid holiday. And I think it just needs still more awareness. I mean, it's still very new. And I think people are trying to figure out how to celebrate. And the one thing that was so encouraging over the weekend was all the stories I was reading from the Juneteenth celebrations. People couldn't believe, like the one in Boynton, they couldn't believe how many people showed up. And to me, it's really amazing, and it is one of these holidays that I think that we do need to elevate because, look, America has been a work in progress, and not everybody was free on the 4th of July.
That's true.
And to have this where this was the date where truly we could say, all right, we had to hit the reset button. We're going to free more Americans. We still got a long way to go, and we still do. But the progress of America and how you hope it's improving, and you can see when you look back and really observe what was going on. And that's why Juneteenth celebrations were so important, because maybe it opens your eyes to just what things were truly like. That it feels like it needs to be a day where we can kind of all just say, let's put all of our focuses on this and understand and realize, hey, this is a great day for America because it's making America what America needs to be. You know, truly this whole melting pot where everybody is free and equal. And we would love to see a day where we all start on the same level playing field. I still think we got, ways to go. But having Juneteenth as a day where everybody just would assume that you're going to have that off, like some of the other ones, would be great. Target, Twitter, Nike, those are all companies that have given their employees off for Juneteenth.
I saw the bank was closed today. I was like, good for you guys.
Yeah.
But to be quite honest with you, I don't know all of the you said there's 12 holidays.
Yeah.
I don't know if I know them all too, because I know there's been times we've come into work where everyone else is off, and it's one of those holidays. You wouldn't happen to have a list of those holidays, do you?
Yeah.
I look down at the ones that are there, and this is the complaint from some employers, because they're saying, okay, so, oh yeah, sure, why not? I won't make any money and I'll pay my employees on another day. So how many more of these are there going to be? So some employers are saying, I'm barely making ends meet as it is, and you keep force feeding these paid employee holidays on me. So, okay, if you had to compromise and say, okay, can we maybe throw one back? I know there's controversy around Columbus Day, but a lot of Italian Americans look at that as a day of celebration for them. And so that's a very touchy subject to touch Columbus Day, because that has come up in the last couple of years, looking at Christopher Columbus and, some of the things that truly happened. Yes, he may have founded America, but some of the things that had happened with him are questionable. Then you have Washington's birthday. And it's all great, but could we not maybe, if we had to say, all right, we can't have any more paid federal holidays because businesses can't afford it, couldn't that be one where you say we could maybe just group that into the 4th of July and say, yay, Washington, thank you.
That's a federal holiday, the Washington one.
Yes.
I know for a fact that my ass has been in here on a Washington Day. That's one of those
and
ones
some
where
people do, because it kind of then becomes President's Day, because you have the Lincoln birthday and Washington kind of wrapped in. But
yeah, it's one of those ones where the banks are closed on a Washington. You go to get money. I go, oh crap, the bank's closed. It's Washington Day.
Yeah, so it would be nice to see where 30% of employers offering Juneteenth as a paid holiday. I do understand your complaint, businesses, of saying this is getting a little expensive for me. We got to say how many more holidays we're going to have.
I was with an older person over the weekend that just sold their home, and they're officially, moving into a senior center. And we had to explain to them that even though they sold their home, they were not going to be getting their money today because it's a national holiday. And they were like, what? I don't understand. What's going on? So not everybody is caught up with all the new national holidays. We got to spread the word.
Well, I definitely don't know these. For so long, I go, wait, we're working on St. Patty's Day? That's not a national holiday? What?
Yeah, what?
If there's ever a day.
So you've got New Year's Day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Washington's birthday, Memorial Day, Juneteenth, Independence Day, Labor Day, Columbus Day, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. And you look at those, you say, okay, which are the ones that could go if you just can't take any more paid days? That's why I thought, maybe Washington's birthday would be the one that kind of hangs out. They're like, all right, if we had to maybe put one back, because, the Memorial Day, definitely not. Veterans Day, I mean, it's very important.
You can't get rid of Veterans Day.
Labor Day, I mean, people are just so used to having your 3-day weekend at the beginning and the end of summer.
So Labor Day is just, well, we don't want to work today. We're calling it Labor. Or I'm sure there's some historical meaning behind it that I don't know that you will definitely get an email about.
I think it honors the workers or something.
Yeah. And then the question, too, how many paid holidays do most companies offer? So is this something as we move forward? We're only in year 2 of Juneteenth. Could it be something in the future where you say, hey, let's go on ahead and let's make this a day where everybody can chill and take off and you get paid for it?
It's kind of weird, too. I didn't hear you read New Year's Day off, did you?
New Year's Day is one of the 12 federal holidays.
Oh, you read that?
Yeah.
Damn, Bird.
New Year's Day is the first one.
I think I need a day off, Kevin.
Yeah. Just call it Bird Day.
Okay,
turns out you should have taken Juneteenth.
There's another holiday, though. I feel like maybe it's Halloween. I go, Halloween gets no love. If the Halloween falls on a Monday, your ass is going to work on the. I love me some
I know
Halloween.
a lot of people think, yes, Halloween is not a federal holiday. The day after the Super Bowl is not a federal holiday.
All the people like to get their drink on don't understand why St. Patty's Day and Halloween.
Halloween, I feel, should be a holiday, y'all. Come on now. And we should start it earlier. We should start trick-or-treating during the day. Make Halloween. I mean, let's revamp Halloween here.
Start Halloween at like 3 p.m.
Even earlier. Let's have the celebration start at 10 a. I love it.
Yeah. Okay. So it'll be interesting to see. Look, as an employee, I love paid holidays. I think they're amazing. I say add as many as you want to the calendar. I don't have a payroll that I have to worry about.
I don't have a payroll either, so I'm like, hey, give us some more holidays.
Much less stress over here on this side of the table.
Yeah. Absolutely. But hopefully in the near future, that will be a day. And it sounds sci-fi, doesn't it? But apparently there is a supersonic jet that is going to fly you anywhere in the world in about an hour.
Ooh.
See? It's all happening.
I mean, how insane would that be if you really could get about anywhere on planet Earth in an hour?
I want a Stromboli from Italy. Let's go to the old country. All right, let's go. Boom.
You'd be going as fast as Top Gun.
Yeah, in fact, if you see the beginning of Top Gun, they have Tom Cruise in a jet, and he's trying to push the limits of it to Mach 10.
Mach 10.
And he gets to Mach 9, and here you've got things falling off the jet and the heat and all this kind of stuff. It's not going to be it's not a major spoiler.
It's not a spoiler alert.
Yeah. You'll be all right.
I know how Ralston rolls. It's not going to be a spoiler. And then Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
We just ruined Top Gun for you.
Yeah. That might be something they put in the promo.
Remember when Kevin ruined the finale of Big Brother for me? I was devastated.
How long ago was that?
It was 11 years ago.
Yeah, it was a while.
I was going to say, he's still holding on to that.
Cannon wasn't even born.
Yeah.
Good heavens.
Apparently that one's stuck.
I gotta let it go.
Yeah. So the thing about this supersonic jet, it would go Mach 9. Now, how you would feel inside, that is my big question.
Yeah, because those fighter pilots were getting rocked.
Right, because here the Top Gun Maverick's pretty new, and they were talking about this new jet technology that they had in a new movie. It's going Mach 9, and looked like Tom Cruise was kind of going through it as he's right in that cockpit.
So how much is that going to cost, that kind of travel? If you want to go to Italy in an hour.
You'll never be able to afford it.
I mean, it sounds... probably in the beginning, the average person won't be able to, but is that just where travel's going? And then all of a sudden, in 50 years, it's like taking a bus?
It could be. I mean, if they're talking about this now, they seem to think it's going to be viable. The two things it does, not only goes Mach 9, but apparently it flies really high, close to space even. So they say you'll get a killer view.
Wow.
Would that be a little nerve-wracking? We're going to Italy, we're going out into space, we're going to get some Strombolis and come back in 3 hours.
I don't want to go Mach 9. I just don't. It seems too intense for me. I'd rather take a flight that goes slower. I want to have like a beverage service. I want to have a little snack cracker.
Oh, you can still drink a ton in an hour. I've seen you do it. You'll be all right. They're drunky.
Would you get on this thing, Bird?
Yeah, probably. Give me a few drinks and I'll be fine.
Me and Sips over here, we have to have some cocktails before we fly.
If we pre-gamed and you said we're going to Italy to get some calzones or whatever your desired food would be, I am all in. You only live once, baby.
Okay, you're going
Let's
for
do
it?
it, yeah.
Now, as I look at the article that they've got here, the only thing that does kind of make me nervous, the first two words in this article about this supersonic jet, it says aviation startup.
Oh.
I don't know if I'm going to put my life into someone's hands. I want them to be new at this.
I always love to go with an experienced vendor.
Right. It's Venus Aerospace that is putting this whole thing together. They're a startup that apparently have got it figured out where you travel at 170,000 feet at nearly 10 times the speed of sound. It's kind of crazy.
I don't know, Kev. It's just a little too intense for me.
I feel like nothing can go wrong when something's going that fast. If a bird's wing, if a bird pooped on the thing, does it throw off the rhythm of it?
Birds will mess that up.
Look.
Yeah, what can take it out?
Birds are a big thing with flight.
Yeah.
You ain't got to tell me.
I'm not going to be on the first flight, but I might be on the sixth.
See how it goes.
Yeah.
Let them go back and forth a few times.
Right.
Work out the kinks.
I want to wait until you don't consider this company to be a startup. And then maybe I'll be like, okay, let's get a little bit of trust in here.
But that would, if that really does become commonplace, that changes the game on everything. If you're able to go that fast in such great distance.
I feel like it's still going to be really for the elite traveler.
It will be.
It's not going to be for you and me.
Yeah. Stephanie said 1 hour to get anywhere on planet Earth, 8 seconds to get to heaven. Let it sink in. Let it sink in. Let it sink in. You're dead. Okay, time for another round of Bueno o Malo. I know our crew's had a tough time this latest round. I know Virginia got Malo when she went. Denny's got Malo last week, and it's a 50-50 chance here.
I think I got Mallow, didn't I? Yeah.
We're a bunch of unlucky dummies.
Wow. So hopefully we can get a Bueno here today, because I know Suits could use it. This could be a little bit tough on his tender tummy.
How you feeling, Suits?
Oh, I get so much anxiety before this bit.
You should.
Yeah.
I know that you guys have something terrible, too.
Okay, well, we'll see here. Now, if you know Spanish, you'll know easily which one you should choose of the two options. So for a lot of our gringos here in the studio, this is a way to try to learn a little Spanish, to pick out some key words to say, aha, I know what that word means. I'm not choosing that. You're not going to fool me. We got Evelyn back in here again today. She's doing such a great job for us. Thank you, Evelyn.
You're welcome.
All right, she's going to come in here and read off our two different options here. Option 1 and 2 for Bueno o Malo. Let's hear option 1, Evelyn.
Okay. Es un trato dulce que les gusta a los niños y creemos que tú también te gustaría un poco de pescado seco. Sueco.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Let's pull that mic up real quick. I'm going to have you do it one more time just so you can really kind of drink this one in. Try it again. What does it say?
Es un trato dulce que les gusta a los niños y creemos que tú también te gustaría un poco de pescado sueco.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Some key words there. Suits looks a little perplexed.
I feel like I heard maybe fish or something. Pescado, I think, that might be fish.
Oh, okay. Good.
I'm not so sure about
Someone's
that.
This is
cluing
working.
in.
This is working. That's it. This is how you play Bueno o Malo, and you're not fluent. It's key words. Okay. All right.
Good, okay.
Very good, Suits. All right. What do we got for option 2 here?
Nos gustaría verte intentar comer unas almejas cubiertas con una mostaza picante.
Okay.
Picante.
Anything here that you're getting, Suits?
I feel like they both have fish in them. Which is the same thing that happened with the cat thing last time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sometimes we do that. Yeah.
If cats were in here, they'd love it because cats love fish.
Unfortunately, I'm not a cat, so.
Yeah.
Whew.
Anything you heard in that second description that stood out to you?
It was that pesquina at the last word or something like that sounded like another fishy term. So I
Okay.
feel like they're both fish related.
Double fish. Is it just malo or malo?
I wouldn't put it past you guys to do that.
We want you to pay, Suits. We want you to pay a hefty price.
Yeah, we think you've skirted by in this bit a little too long.
I don't think I've ever won this bit.
Okay, Evelyn, if you would, one more time on option 2. Let's hear that again.
nos gustaría verte intentar comer unas almejas cubiertas con una mostaza picante.
All right.
Anything else jump out at you there,
It's
Suits?
it's just that picante that I heard at the end.
Okay.
Fish
feel like-
or fish?
I feel like I got fish or fish here.
And perhaps you have, my friend.
The first one, I don't know why. The first one, for some reason, sounded more fishy to me.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
don't know. I think I'm gonna go with the second option.
Good.
Si,
Okay.
señor.
It feels good.
All right, we need the blindfold, and we'll find out which Suits has chosen here. He went for option number 2, numero dos, in Bueno o Malo. Did he choose correcto? All right, he's got the blindfold on, slightly crooked. Virginia is preparing his item. All right, Suits. Virginia's coming over here to you. Yeah, if you can't get the microphone up there for Suits.
Coming in hot. Brace yourself, baby.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. All right, here we go. Did he choose
Ready?
Bueno o Malo?
Here it comes.
Pop it in. All right, work it around. Work it around.
It really
Oh boy! Uh-oh! Uh-oh!
Oh, it's looking
Looks like
mellow.
the waves coming. Oh,
Oh,
boy! Uh-oh!
Evelyn, I would move.
Uh-oh!
Trash can, trash
Oh
can.
no, Evelyn, get out of the way! Oh, good lord!
Get it down, Rook.
Oh, good
Keep it
lord!
down, Rook.
Okay, he's working it. He's working it down. Oh no! Oh, here it comes. Oh no! Wait, is he gonna get it? Oh my gosh! This is captivating. Oh wow! Is he okay? Oh, trash can it is. Okay,
trash can.
no, it's not gonna work. Okay, let's see here. The option that you chose, option 2.
Was that spicy?
What it says is, we would like to see you try to eat some clams that are smothered in a spicy mustard. That would be the picante. Mostaza picante. Your spicy
My mouth is
mustard
on
there.
fire. I do not do well with spice.
Sorry.
Yeah, and what you heard was, in the first one, you did get the pescado right, which is great, which is fish. But the pescado sueco, Swedish fish,
which
is
would
what
have
you're
been
talking
delicious.
about there. Yeah,
They're a good snack. Good movie theater
It couldn't have
snack.
been worse than that.
yeah, yeah. So have you ever had a Swedish fish?
No, actually.
Wait,
No?
You've never had a Swedish fish?
I might not have liked that either.
Well, let's see.
Yeah, you know what? These are good.
These are like a gummy candy.
Let's see if Suits even likes a Swedish fish. A lot of kids think that's a treat. Maybe Suits doesn't.
It's like a gummy.
Okay. Is that better than the second option you chose?
I really don't like it, actually.
What?
Really? You don't like Swedish fish?
Wow, so we did give you Malo and Malo.
I knew it.
Wow. I thought Swedish fish was a treat, Virginia.
I did too.
Apparently
I mean,
not.
it's not as bad as the other thing.
Of course not.
At least you're able to probably get that down. Okay. Evelyn, a wonderful job.
Thank you.
Yay! Thank
Appreciate your help
you.
with that. Bueno Malo. Wow, so everyone went through and chose Malo.
Every
Yeah.
single one of us.
Good heavens. I mean, that's hard to do.
It smells like who did it and ran in this studio. I mean, just awful. Oh,
At least you got your smell back.
I did. That is good.
Yeah.
That is good. You're right.
That is good news.
There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. Huh, so many people on meth. Ow!
Well, it is definitely true. So many people on meth, especially in Okeechobee County. Several people got arrested in a drug house bust there, including one suspect who was in a one-piece cow suit. You ever seen those things? It's like you got a cow, then you got the udders.
Like a romper?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, have I seen one?
I was going to say,
I've owned one.
I figure you were very familiar with it, but that's what he was wearing when he went to the drug house in Okeechobee County. They had meth, ammunition, drug paraphernalia. Everything was just all inside the house, all over the place. Richard Anthony Bonnell was charged with possession of ammunition by a convicted felon, among other charges, and was taken into custody in the one-piece cow suit, and he was also wearing a pink hat. So, what a way to go to jail. What a great mugshot it was.
I think when you get there, though, they put you in the jumpsuit. So you're not going to be like in Gen Pop in a cow suit.
I think. Do you get your ass kicked more likely if you have the cow suit on, or do people leave you alone?
I don't know. It'd be a fun experiment.
I think I would get my ass kicked.
I think either way, you probably do get worked over.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Either way. Well, if you're into this kind of thing, here's the other thing you might want to try out. There is a Python challenge that is coming back, and the registration is open. If you're unaware, it's something that happens in South Florida every single year, trying to get rid of those pesky pythons, and it starts August 15th, goes to the 14th. And it has anything from professionals to novices out there trying to find pythons in the Everglades.
Okay.
Remember that one dude that does it barefoot? He was on that TV show.
He loves it because he
man.
can touch the snake with his foot and he
That
can
is
feel it better.
Not a novice. That person knows what
Hardcore.
Yeah.
Hardcore. You can make some money too. You can get $2,500 if you capture the most pythons and another $2,500 for the longest python.
Wow.
Last year's champion, Charles Datchton of Southwest Ranches, got 41 pythons. And apparently he's got a little hack. He targets the mothers who are protecting their eggs, knowing where they're going to be.
Dang, he goes after the moms.
He goes after them mamas.
They single mom just trying to raise these kids.
Yeah, that's it. He targets them, baby. Last year's Python Challenge resulted in the capture of 223 pythons, almost triple the 80 that were captured during the 2020 event.
They're getting better.
Yeah.
You'd imagine they
Or we're
would.
getting more.
Everybody's got to rise to the level of Barefoot Guy
Yeah.
because he's out there making it happen.
They say more than 16,000 pythons have been removed from the Everglades, with about 8,000 of those coming in the last 3+ years. So they're escalating it. I don't know if the population's going down or if they're just really breeding at an alarming rate.
They're fertile, Virginia.
It's got to be going down.
They're like Nick Cannon.
Yeah, I just don't know what they're going to eat because, you know, they're working their way through the mammals, birds, other reptiles, things like that.
Yeah, we got to get rid of these pythons.
They're trying. So coming up August 5th, it all begins.
These pythons, though, got to stop getting all frisky.
What if the python popped up and he had a little turban on like Nick Cannon likes to wear?
I would probably think I'm really high if someone drugged me. With
Yeah.
What
did Denny's put in my weed?
Somebody spiked my Sprite with mushroom tea.
Yeah.
Nick Cannon as a fertile python.
If you want to get involved, you got to take an online training course and pay the $25 entry fee before the event begins. You can go to flpythonchallenge.org. Well, Tennessee Secretary of State Trey Hargett was arrested on Friday night for drunk driving after leaving the Bonnaroo Music Festival there in Tennessee.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he said, driving under the influence is a serious matter, and I regret the circumstances that led to my arrest. I'm sure you do. So he had a good old time there, Bonnaroo. You should have got it right.
Totally.
Yeah. Police in the UK broke down a door to save an elderly woman who was crying for help last week. But when they got inside, they didn't find an elderly woman. There's only a parrot.
Oh, no.
I can't get up. Help, help, help. That's what was going on in there. There's a video taken from the rooftop restaurant of the Lanai Cay Island Resort in Fort Myers Beach. It was a whole bunch of people out there swimming around 100 stingrays. They were in knee-deep water there in the Gulf of Mexico, and everyone was oblivious to the fact that there were about 100 stingrays right in the middle of all of them.
Oh, my.
Now, stingrays are not aggressive, and they do pose very little danger to humans, but if you step on one of them stingray barbs, you'll definitely get a jolt to the system.
Hey, why don't you ask Steve Irwin if stingrays are aggressive?
Yeah, ask Bindi Irwin why she doesn't have any stingrays at her zoo.
Oh, wow.
Damn. You're asking the kids these painful questions.
Man.
I was only going after Spirit Irwin.
They remind you, if you don't know, you should shuffle your feet when wading into water to reduce the risk of stepping on a stingray barb.
But then you're more likely to step on glass or a heroin needle.
Do you know what they call a group of stingrays? What's the name for a grouping of stingrays? Does anybody happen to know that? A little fun factoid.
Stingraws?
Ah, that's a bad guess. Virginia, do you have any guess what it might be?
Do they call them the defending Stanley Cup champions?
No, they do not. It's a good guess as well. Fever. They call them a fever.
A fever.
Yeah, that's a group of stingrays.
I thought there were no dumb answers around here.
Oh, we bring nothing but dumb answers.
Another fun little piece of footage on a Ring camera. There's a woman that called up Jimmy John's, and now you can figure out why they deliver their subs so fast. The dude who's delivering just chucked it under her driveway and drove off. Kind of like it was a newspaper.
Really?
Yeah, she's got it on video.
I mean, if it's wrapped up and bagged, I'm not mad.
Okay.
If someone chucks your sub?
Open up that sub after someone chucks it from their car into your patio.
I don't know. I think chucking it actually helps it to get all saturated with everything.
You are right. There are definitely wrong answers on this show.
Okay.
Wrong comments.
Yeah.
Wrong thoughts and opinions.
It's kind of shaped like a football.
You know, if the Tequesta witch had on her door ring bell, someone throwing her...
Chucking it.
TV, Kev, you're not going to believe it, Kev. They threw my food in the bushes.
Yeah.
I think a sub sandwich throws nice.
I do not. I don't condone this, Kevin.
Well, a 41-year-old guy in the UK says a hypnotist finally helped him kick his $700 a month Pepsi habit. He was drinking up to 30 cans of Pepsi a day for 20 years.
Oh my gosh, dude.
It kind of shows you, though, you can drink soda for quite a long time and still be standing around.
Is he okay?
I guess he's doing fine, yeah. But he's drinking a lot of soda.
Look, I get it, dude. It's been that monkey that I cannot get off my back. Yeah. I go in, I go out. There's times where I won't drink soda for 10 months.
Yeah,
and
wow.
then I'll drink cherry 7-Up. And
boom.
she always does me in wrong. And then within a month and a half, it's Mountain Dew. I'm searching for Jolt at nighttime.
Yeah. It's a great time to drink Jolt.
You wonder why you can't get no sleep.
Yeah. Look, I just knocked down 6 Jolts.
I got it.
For some reason, I can't sleep.
Tweaking.
Yeah. Oh, this is not good news. Apparently, it is back. What is it? Super gonorrhea.
The Super Gons is back.
It's
Super
back.
Gons.
Super gonorrhea.
I thought they got rid of that.
Well, it was contained. This is back in 2018. It popped up in the UK and New Zealand, but now a guy in Austria told a doctor that it burned when he peed. It turned out that he had unprotected relations with a sex worker in Cambodia. Boy, that doesn't just sound like a recipe for super gonorrhea.
Does that sound like he's taking a chance?
Wow. Yeah, they gave him the antibiotics, but he still tested positive weeks later. That's why it's super.
Does the doctor come in and go, dude, you do not have gonorrhea. You got the Super Gons.
That's right. It's gonorrhea with a cape.
I heard back in the day, too, and this could be rumor, that there was a Super AIDS going around, but... Now, again, this is just what I heard. I'm asking the question.
I think I heard that.
I'm not trying to spread bad info here. That you did hear that?
I think I'd heard of that.
And then it went away, kind of like a bird flu. People stopped talking about it. And all this hype, and then nothing.
Well, super gonorrhea had been kind of gone for about 4 years, and now we got another case. So
well, thank goodness. We missed it.
Gotta watch it. So just so you know, maybe don't have unprotected sex with sex workers in Cambodia. That's a good start. Yeah.
Kevin, I'm writing it down.
If we ever gave you a great tip, that's the one to follow. We were talking just a second ago about super gonorrhea. Unfortunately, it's flared back up again. This time in Austria, but it was a guy that gone to Cambodia and had unprotected relations. Couldn't figure out why he got something so nasty in his drawers. They gave him the treatment and didn't work.
Ugh.
And he's like, yeah, it still kind of burns when I pee. And they're like, uh-oh, you have super gonorrhea.
The Super Gons.
Yeah.
It fights through. It doesn't react to penicillin.
Yeah. Silly penicillin.
It laughs at prophylactics.
I did not realize this, but here's another little quick language lesson for you. Somebody texted and said in Colombia, specifically Medellin, we use gonorrhea as an insult or a way to call someone dude or say like, hey, what's up? Like, entonces que gonorrhea. It'd be like, that sucks, or que gonorrhea is like just kind of a word that you hear. So if you hear them throwing around gonorrhea when you go to Colombia, that is why. It's just kind of a...
Could I use it like this? Oh, man, this math test is so gonorrhea. Would that make sense? Or Virginia's acting like a gonorrhea head.
No, I don't think so. Either one of those would work. Yeah.
Could you please use it in a sentence?
Entonces que gonorrhea, like, oh, that sucks. Like, if something bad happens to you, that's what you would say.
Oh, I got in a car accident. That's so gonorrhea.
Yeah. Que gonorrhea.
I get it, Kevin.
Yeah.
I think I get it, too. I think Kevin's wrongfully grading me right now.
Okay.
Said every poor student.
Yeah.
I think the teacher's wrongfully grading me.
Kevin's treating me like gonorrhea, dog. This is rough.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Scantron got it wrong.
Did Jbird get it right?
I knew I wronged the Scantron.
Thank you very much. I do appreciate the nice little language lessons. Now you know. You want to go blend in Medellin? That's what you do. You throw gonorrhea around.
You go run around saying gonorrhea and see what happens.
Yeah, apparently that's what it does, unless they're setting us all up. Who knows what that means?
Yeah, they could be totally setting us up just to see if we'll fall for it.
Yeah, gonorrhea is actually, I'm a cartel hitman. You don't know that. Yeah. How about this? Current trends we'll regret in 20 years. Oh, man. I was in Publix yesterday, and I just couldn't believe it. I saw a hearty, healthy mullet on a guy who didn't look like he was trying to be goofy, and he didn't look like the kind of guy that typically would be like, yeah, that's the kind of guy that wears a mullet. And it finally settled into me that the mullet is back. And I know we talked about that, and they're like, oh, it's, athletes on these baseball teams, that's who's doing it, or it's still people in the country and this and that. But when I saw that mullet, I was like, this isn't a guy who's either. He just didn't look like a baseball player. He didn't strike me. It looked like when in 1987, regular dudes who weren't either of those things were wearing mullets. He looked just like that. And I just said to my wife, I'm like, I think this is it. I think this is the moment.
Was he good looking?
He wasn't like what you would think. I mean, he was a normal looking guy. I wouldn't say that you would look at him and be like he's ugly, or you wouldn't be like he's, god awful handsome.
I think good looking guys can pull off the mullet. Now, if you're a little grr in the face, not so much.
So what you're saying is the boys of KVJ can pull off the mullet.
Gosh, I could. And my wife asked me, she's like, would you go back to a mullet? And I was like, no, I just don't. It just wouldn't, it wouldn't work for me. And when I had a mullet, it was, 1990, somewhere around there. It was the height of mullets, but everybody young and older had them. I remember you'd have like a Mel Gibson had a sexy mullet. He was a big movie star. Patrick Swayze had a sexy mullet. And so, I mean, they looked legitimately good. In fact, I couldn't even imagine those guys with any other hairstyle.
Your day of mullet rocking has come and gone.
It has. I just said it's never going to be something I'll have again.
Seriously. It's an attitude. Now, if Kevin rocked it with confidence and had fun with it, I think you can rock it. But it sounds like you don't even want to be in that world, which is understandable.
Yeah.
You've done all the work you needed to do in the mullet.
Yeah. But I looked at this guy, and he looked like he was just wearing normal clothes. He was just a normal looking guy. It was like if you would have plunked him out of 1988 and dropped him into that Publix yesterday, you'd be like, okay.
He got into his 88 Camaro and started playing some Lover Boy.
It didn't look like, wow, out of place. It looked like, and I started to think maybe it's becoming normalized to me that I don't be, oh my gosh, look at the mullet. No, it's now like, he's got a mullet.
I see it more and more, and then sometimes I'll see it even paired up with the little skinny mustache.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, on some hot guys, it does not look bad at all. The mullet with the little mustache is kind of like, okay, I see you.
Yeah.
But you got to be hot to pull it off.
And there's Kevin brings up a great point with the sexy mullet. That's different than some of the stuff, and I'm not picking on the county of Port St. Lucie, but I have seen some skullets up in that piece, and it doesn't necessarily look great, Virginia.
I agree. I'm not a skullet fan.
With a real thin, kind of not strong mustache. I've seen that look a lot, and I don't know if it's the right move.
I like my mullets to have some fullness and some body. I don't care for the skullet because I think it's just too aggressive.
Okay. Well, it does bring up the topic of trends that you look back and you regret. And for a period there, 20 years after the mullet, I would say in the year 2010, you were looking back 20 years saying, oh my gosh, why were we wearing mullets? And now here we are 12 years later. I'm like, oh, we're wearing mullets again. What? So what current trend do you think will be the most regrettable 20 years from now? Would we have ever said in 1990, oh man, you're going to regret that haircut one day, Kev? No. I'd be like, what are you talking about? This is the sexiest haircut on planet Earth. But boy, was I wrong. But maybe I was right. I don't know anymore, Virginia.
I still see a lot of people rocking the Crocs, and I don't get it. I don't love Crocs. I think they're just a fashion trend that I wish would go away. But
Well, you're a little stuck up. I love the Crocs.
they're
We will croc you.
everywhere.
We will croc
They're
you.
still strong.
I want to croc with you.
Okay. Jim had said one trend I think is going to be regrettable in 20 years is influencers. Do you think that's true? I disagree with Jim.
I think I think there's too many and it's getting watered down. And anytime anything gets watered down, it becomes less special. I think you're going to see them not go away, but I think you are going to see a lot of the crap kind of subside and fall to the wayside eventually.
To me, an influencer is something that's been around for a long time already. You've already had celebrities pushing products and just on different platforms. We look at it differently now because it's on social media. I don't think they'll go away. I think you'll always continue to see that. Now, the one thing that I am hearing is a lot of these influencers fake it so much that they are living in their parents' basement. They make it look like they're only going to 5-star hotels, eating at 5-star restaurants, only driving Bugattis. And it's just something they put on for show.
They go sit on a private plane, take some pictures, and then get right off.
Well, they also realize
and then another person comes on right after them.
That level of influencer might fall through. And we'd be like, why? Why do we ever believe somebody that had no real true fame as a true influencer?
Yeah, I think you'll never get rid of. I mean, really, all influencing is just a fancy, stupid ass modern word for endorsement. Is really what it is.
Yeah,
and it's too watered down, but that's never going to go away.
Crazy trend we'll regret in 20 years. Heather says the big inflated butts.
Or big inflated duck lips. Quack, quack. What the hell, y'all?
Mm-hmm.
The butts, you already see them coming down a little bit.
Yeah, well, you kind of have seen that with the boobs as well. And I really like now that people are getting natural looking breasts. I like this trend much more than the ones that got way out of control that just look cartoonish. So I think we're getting in a better spot with where the boob sizes are. They're
healthy,
proportional.
Natural.
Right.
Fits your body type. Yes.
And imagine how in another 10 years we're going to look at those boobs and be like, what were people thinking having those astronomically large breasts? People did find that hot, apparently.
Yeah, it was a thing. It was a Pamela Anderson thing.
Well, there's still people who love big old boobies, you know, but you're right. The trend is smaller, but believe me, there's people that still like the jumbos.
Another regrettable trend 20 years from now, Diane says the crazy eyebrows. Some of these people go way overboard.
Man, I know this one girl, and she's a very attractive girl, but she takes... It looks like a butter knife and spreads chocolate over her. It's crazy. It's so distracting when you're talking to her going, why are you doing that?
It's the style.
But is that an excuse?
It's a little aggressive. I think the dark ones are going out a little bit. Even some girls are going back to the skinny ones, I see.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I've never liked a skinny brow, even when it was stylish.
Another regrettable trend from today that we'll look at in 20 years. Jen had said anybody with stretched earlobes. Not so cool when you're 40 and over the trend.
I disagree with that one. That one's been around for a while, and I saw a guy who must have been in his 60s with that thing.
Really?
Both of his ears. He looked like he loves his ears. He loves to pet snakes. He likes to turn it up loud. I don't think he had a regret in his eye, Virginia.
He has a Harley.
He loves his earlobes drooping down like that.
Other current trends that we'll most likely regret in 20 years from now. Mommy bloggers who post constant pictures and details of their children, robbing them of privacy while profiting from it.
Yeah, my favorite are the mommy bloggers that get caught yelling at their kids. Come on, pose! Act like you're sad for this video. Come on, damn it! There's this one mom she accidentally uploaded her video to YouTube. She has a YouTube channel, but what she uploaded was her coaching her kid after their dog died to look and act more sad.
No,
she goes, no, come on, we're doing we're doing the picture for the video. Make sure your eyes are looking real sad. He's like, Mom, I am sad though. I am sad. But she uploaded the wrong video. And guess what, Virginia? They came for her. And then she follows up, I wasn't really trying to make him. Whatever, lady. We saw the whole video.
That's amazing.
Damn.
It's really good.
Other current trends would be regrettable in 20 years, naming your kid after a character from Game of Thrones. Okay, Sansa.
I think it is a cool name.
I think it is a cool name.
Sounds like
I
Pennington. I don't hate that.
Yeah. Another one, Mark said, working at a radio station with no life skills. I actually don't even know if it's a trend right now, Mark. That's the sad thing.
It's definitely on the decline.
Yes, it is. Talking about those current trends that we'll find most regrettable 20 years from now, the mullet is just a really confounding thing because I used to believe it was so sexy, and then 20 years later, I'm like, oh, it was the worst look ever, and now people are wearing it again, and they're serious, and somebody's texted in and said, yeah, my hot-ass neighbor has a very nice mullet. It's actually perfect, and he added a mustache, but now he looks like he's into straight porn. Not okay. And he's hot, but it was okay. I think she was all right with the mullet, but then he added the mustache with it, and it was just too much.
It's crazy what a mustache can do to a face.
Do us a favor. When your neighbor's not looking, take a picture of him and send it to us. I'm dying to see what this look is looking like.
And then we'll put it on our Facebook and vote creepy or not and see how that guy feels.
Mm-hmm. Some of the other comments that we got here, in fact, the top comment that we got, Laura was reflecting of a current trend that's going to be regrettable 20 years from now. She said the crazy eyelashes that look like feathers on your eyes. I hope that goes away. It looks ridiculous. And a couple other people said the same thing. I like those. How do you feel about those crazy eyelashes? They're longer, but it really kind of makes your eye pop, doesn't it?
Yeah, I love big eyelashes. I think it's fun.
Do you think this trend will start now? It's not a fashion trend, but it's stuff people do on social media, and it's the ones that drive me crazy, where people do the cry videos. And then they upload those seem to do well. Does that go? Are we gonna regret that? 20 years, you're crying about some stuff with it's like a produced, edited version video. You know, you've seen them before.
Yeah, sure, a lot of them.
Are we gonna regret that in 20 years, or are they gonna still be going strong?
If I did it today, I would regret it 10 minutes
instantly.
later. Yeah, it'd be instant regret.
But think about it. You have to not only
20 years.
you have to record it crying, and then you have to then upload it after you. You see what I'm saying?
You have to edit.
You have to edit. There's a lot that goes with it.
There is.
There's something that music, Virginia, and it's all for the likes.
So does an all-pasta diet help you lose weight? Denny's believes that it will, and he's been doing an all-pasta diet, and Jbird is looking to shave off a couple LBs and decided to jump on it as well. They've made a couple of videos about how they're making their pasta and enjoying it. Jbird, you've been hopping on the scale to see what it does for you.
Yeah, I brought the scale with me right now.
Okay.
So I was originally 187 when this whole thing started.
Okay, 187. All right. And he's hopping on the scale now. How long ago did you start this?
1 week ago.
Okay, so in 1 week, you were 187 pounds. What are you weighing in at now?
194.
It says that I weigh 185.
Okay.
Down 2.
Down 2 pounds in a week.
Now, let me go ahead and explain a little bit what I'm doing, because I think there's some confusion.
Okay.
I am running.
Okay.
So there's exercise. I've really, there's no, I'm not drinking any soda, so I've really gone down to water, and my body responds very quickly to that. As soon as I stop doing anything bad.
Big deal.
Okay, so you have, in addition, it's not like the only thing that's different is you're doing a pasta diet. Exercise and the lack of soda will make a major impact.
Yes, and I'm not going over 2,000 calories per day.
Okay.
That's to me, I'm like Denny's, and we both agree on that. If I keep it to 2,000 calories or below, my weight's going to always be fine. But when you start getting cookies, and I mean, I ate a cookie before this diet started. The one cookie was 500 calories. And it wasn't that big of a cookie. And you don't even think about that. You eat 4 of those.
Oh my gosh.
You know
That's
what
your
I mean?
whole day of calories. Yeah.
So you cut crap out like that.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure everyone gets it. And I'm also I am trying different noodles. There's all kind of different, there's a squash noodle.
Okay.
There is a lentil noodle that I do not recommend.
Okay.
And there's your basic, the good stuff.
Are you doing it because, people have talked about getting a balance where what you need is you need your carbohydrates, which you're definitely getting, but any kind of protein mixed in here as well.
There is protein. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's
chicken.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're putting some chicken in with the pasta?
You can do a breasted chicken, absolutely.
Okay. All right. So he's down 2 pounds.
But I think it might be also other things. I think if I was eating cookies and then just eating pasta on top of that, I don't know if it works.
We're not heralding this yet as the world's greatest diet.
I'm only doing it till Friday, too.
Denny's has been doing it longer than you. How's he doing with it?
Denny's!
Is he been weighing and being as disciplined that way as you have?
I'm not sure he's been only eating. I will, full disclosure, I did have some combos last night.
Okay.
Yeah, over the weekend with the wife and stuff, I'll get normal dinners. But throughout the week, I mean, I'd say 80% of my diet is pasta.
Okay.
Yeah, it's predominantly what I eat.
And how's that working out for you? Have you
It
noticed any
seems
changes?
fine. Yeah,
Okay,
I mean, I feel like.
People are calling him slim in the hallway.
I'll have to weigh myself. But.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm jumping off of this probably on Friday, but it was a fun experiment. I'm getting a little sick of pasta.
Oh, yeah?
A little bit, yeah. And there's definitely there's some good sauces out there, and there is some crap sauces. And I'm noticing the sauces that are super, super expensive, they are the crappiest sauces out there. Yeah, man. There's some good ones. What's the one? Chat room will tell me. They know. Is it?
Are you a man of ragu?
I haven't done ragu. I do like ragu though. My mom used to yell at me. But Rao, Rao. That's a really... Have you seen that sauce?
I have, yeah.
That is delicious.
Okay.
And it is pretty affordable. It's, you're spending $5 on it, but it's, to me, one of the best sauces out there.
Do you think, Virginia, that it's possible that there is more sugar in the cheaper sauces, and maybe that's why they taste better?
Definitely.
Okay.
But I think, like, Oreos isn't a cheap... It's not made cheap. It's quality stuff, and it tastes great. It's just a little bit. There was one at Whole Foods for $11. Like sauce.
Yeah, they are kind of ridiculous because that Panda. I don't really do the red sauce, but Panda, for Father's Day, I made him a lasagna, and of course, that's very heavy with the red sauce. He likes his sweet because that's how he was raised. In Buffalo, they eat like a sweet tomato sauce.
And we're talking about jarred stuff you get at the store. I get that, if your grandma makes it at home, her gravy's the best. I get it. But yeah, if it's jarred, Rayo's.
All right.
I'm not getting paid for that, by the way.
But if Rayo wanted to pay you in sauce, I feel like you could negotiate that contract.
That is a deal. I may take product over money.
So one of your all-time favorite singers, Virginia, apparently was in a restaurant where one of your friends were, and your friend let you know all about it?
Oh, my gosh. My friend started texting me. He's like, hey, do you know who Teddy Pendergrass is? I'm like, yeah, I know who Teddy Pendergrass is. Mm-hmm. If you don't know me by now,
if you don't know me,
you will never, ever, ever know.
Never know.
It's my jam.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, wow, that's so cool. Send me pictures. What's he like? Who's he with? What's going on? And then Panda is hearing me. And I'm like, Panda, guess what? Like, so-and-so's hanging out with Teddy Pendergrass. So Panda Googles.
And where is this going down?
Northwood, West Palm Beach.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And Panda Googles Teddy Pendergrass. He's like, babe, Teddy died in 2010.
Yes, he did. I was going to say that's...
What?
Teddy ain't at Cafe Central.
Wait a minute.
Teddy Pendergrass is most definitely not out in Northwood.
That's amazing.
He died in 2010.
Oh my, well, first of all, rest in peace. I am
right?
devastated to hear
I'm very
this.
sad that Teddy's not with us anymore, but
yes.
Who is going around saying they're Teddy Pendergrass?
So the person was saying that they were Teddy Pendergrass.
Yeah.
And people were buying it.
Yeah. My friend was buying it. I texted him back. I'm like, dude, Teddy's dead. He's like, no, Teddy's here. I'm like, that's not Teddy.
Look, tell your friend not to feel bad. Me and Denny's got duped. We thought we saw Vince Neil from Motley Crue walking out of the West Palm Beach Walmart. It wasn't him.
But at least we think Vince Neil's still alive. Though
We
I know he didn't
think.
convince people on stage the other night.
He's not really putting in the effort of an alive person, but sources say he was still on stage.
Yeah, Teddy Pendergrass is kind of one of those celebrities that falls into that line of, oh, wait a minute, are they alive or not alive?
That's how I feel about Bob Barker. And I don't mean any disrespect, but my dog's in the mid-90s. Every time you say he's having a birthday, I go, what?
You always trying to kill Bob Barker.
I'm not.
It's a life lived right.
I'm not trying to kill Bob Barker. I want Bob to live forever.
Yeah, that's just odd. He fits in that whole category. So you had to be very disappointed, Virginia.
Yeah, who's the fake Teddy Pendergrass? And has anybody else seen him?
Maybe they misheard him and he said, my name's Eddie Pendergrass. Eddie.
No. It was very much like the whole Teddy Pendergrass was the thing.
Wow.
That was the reason that he came over to the table and was introduced.
And what, like not one person's like, dude, no, you're not. He's dead.
Well, if someone's going to say they're Teddy Pendergrass, I'm not going to check them out. That's really cool, man.
Panda's the one that Googled it. I was all excited. I was like, oh my gosh, get a picture for me. I want to see. And Panda's like the one that Googled it. I don't think you're going to Google it at the table as you're meeting Teddy.
I saw Andre the Giant over the weekend, Kev.
How's he doing?
He
stands out, right? Yeah, I wonder if anybody's ever busted somebody who was trying to pass themselves off as a celebrity. What was that like? Who are they trying to pass themselves off? And then what did you say? Did you be like, no, you're not?
No, you're not.
And then
Teddy's
how'd they respond?
dead.
I can see it happening a lot in South Florida.
Oh, totally.
I know we've even tried that before.
I know we've been duped before.
We have been duped.
Yeah.
But that's a great, if you say you're the guitarist, not the bass player. I don't think that guy said he was the bass player. He said he was the guitarist for Fall Out Band. That's one of those things where.
Fall Out Boy.
Or Fall Out Boy. Yeah, that's one of those things where you go, all right, probably, maybe he's not lying,
Yeah,
right?
we didn't know how to fact check that one.
At least that guy's alive.
Again, you're right.
Yeah. Over the weekend, Virginia got word that one of her favorite R&B singers, Teddy Pendergrass, was in West Palm Beach. And then your husband looked it up and said, wait a minute, that dude died in 2010.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. You know, he does have a son, Theodore Jr., so he could go by Teddy Pendergrass, and it could be legitimately be his son.
That's true.
That is possible. So maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was the son of Teddy Pendergrass that was going around saying, and he wouldn't be lying if he said, hey, I'm Teddy Pendergrass. He is.
You're right.
He's just the junior.
He wouldn't be lying, but you do kind of have to say, I'm not the R&B artist. That was my dad.
But I mean, do you have to? If let's say you were named Junior and my name is Teddy Pendergrass and they called me Teddy and whatever, do I have to always, every time I introduce myself, be like, Teddy Pendergrass, but I'm only his son, not...
No, you don't, Kevin. Virginia's wrong again. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you have everybody thinking that you are the Teddy, the R&B singer. That's why my friend was texting me. Oh my gosh, Teddy Pendergrass, the singer's here.
But it sounds like your friend got it wrong and dropped the ball. Nothing against your friend. I'm sure she's awesome. Is it a girl or a guy?
It's a guy.
Ah, okay.
Could they have jumped the gun and heard, because you could imagine the whispers going from table to table, hey, Teddy Pendergrass is here.
The way it was told to me, Teddy Pendergrass was brought over to their table and introduced to the table along with his wife.
Okay, we could be married, and could it have been like, hey, this is Teddy Pendergrass, and it is?
Yeah.
Did he say this is the R&B singer, Teddy Pendergrass?
I don't think it went that deep.
Okay.
But everybody's going to assume it's the R&B singer.
Yeah, Kevin. I don't think you're not gonna win this battle of wits.
No, I'm
with
not
Virginia.
trying to win. I'm just trying to sort out what happened here, and maybe the guy's not being a jerk, and maybe it's not actually a con artist trying to say it. He's Teddy Pendergrass, and he's not. Maybe it was legitimately Teddy Jr., and he's just like, yeah, hey, it's nice to meet you guys.
No.
I guess you're big fans of my dad.
Kevin, he's a man. He's a liar. He's wrong.
And how much is it on him to make sure? Now, let me just get this straight. Everyone here knows I'm not the R&B singer, right? That was my dad. I mean, is that kind of what you think he needs to say, Virginia?
Well, when everybody is swooning about how much they love his music, that's the time that he should say something. Because the table was doing just that.
Okay. Was your friend drinking?
Everybody I know drinks.
Okay.
I don't think Kevin thinks his story. He thinks this guy.
I just we're calling whoever this is either a con artist or he's a jerk for not introducing himself properly. And
you don't think you have the whole story.
I don't know. Maybe there's another kind of side to this.
I mean, yeah, it could be the son, but I think it's on the son to say, hey, I'm not my dad.
Every time he's introduced.
As Teddy Pendergrass, yes.
I'll order a large pizza with some pepperoni, and also, I am not the son. I mean, I am just the son,
I'm
not the
my
father.
dad.
I'm not my dad.
Okay.
Everything he does, Kevin's always going to bring it up.
All right, we got the After the Show podcast going to be coming up here live on YouTube. You can also get it any place you get your regular podcast. We're up on Spotify. It's on the WRMF app, which you actually should use today with the keyword EPIC to get your entry for Pump Up Your Summer, a 4-day, 3-night stay at the Caribe Royale Orlando, and $2,000 in cash.
That's epic.
That is epic. You're right. That's why it works out. Coming up here just after 10 a.m., minutes away, Randy's got another keyword for you as well. You can enter to double your chances to win. Before we get to that, though, Bird, why don't you drop a final thought for the day on us here?
Never be limited by other people's limited imaginations.
Okay.
The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.